7.53 ERA with 30 strikeouts.
Jack was educated his elementary in.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, mark that down in your book.
Okay.
Okay.
I was just going over the tape to the audience that both teams have good offenses. It's just that we didn't see a lot of run support last night for the Otters. They only scored 1 run on 10 hits.
Yes. The other team got 8 runs on 5 hits. Yeah.
So I was just explaining to the audience also that the starter today for the Otters, Mr. Jacob Hill, he was drafted by the Nationals his sophomore year at San Diego, decided not to go, and then was drafted by the Cleveland Indians his junior year and did not decide to attend affiliated baseball. So what we know is that in his junior year at San Diego, he had a 7.53 ERA and 30 strikeouts in 4 starts. He had 28 walks, 30 runs, and 31 hits, and 28.2 innings pitched. But everyone is given their one shot, and hopefully Jacob Hill will excel today here at Bosse Field.
Well, you know, the secret of winning is throwing strikes. Unfortunately, our pitcher lacked that ability last night. But again, you know, hey, everyone has a bad night.
Yep.
And one must realize that. So we're not downing him. We're just saying it was a bad night.
Oh, I think Jacob Welch knows that, too, because he had 3 straight wins going into the start last night.
I mean, there are times it never happened to me, thank God, but there are times that some batters strike out 4 times in a game. I think they call that the sombrero. At least Mike Randowski, I think he used to refer that to as the Mexican sombrero. And Paul Mattingly, our engineer, will correct me if I'm not on the ball. But anyway, so no, you know, batters have bad days, pitchers have bad days. But overall, it's the pitching that has kept the Otters in the position that they are in and within this league.
Yes. So we see clearly that the Otters will be in their home whites today.
Oh, good.
Classy uniforms here.
It is.
They play pretty well when they're in their home whites, and hopefully we can get it. Hopefully we can get a W today. It would be nice to even up the series at 1.
Yeah, and I just I was going to say it later, but I'll say it now. Okay. I was talking to Ryan Long, and he tells me that.
And Rizzatello.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'll use that for later. But
Okay.
what I was trying to get was, I believe it's a 99 and 44% that his mother and father and grandparents may be going to the All-Star game.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So that was the point I was getting. Yeah.
Sure. Well, another guy who's going to go to the All-Star game will be Taylor Wright, the Otters reliever and the converted closer. We're going to hear his interview I had with him the other day, and when we come back from that, we'll get the starting lineups and first pitch. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on the Pregame Show, 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811. Brought to you by Indiana 811.
Now let's go inside the clubhouse for today's one-on-one with the Evansville Otters.
All right, Days and Win here with Otters All-Star reliever Taylor Wright. And I say that humbly and proudly. When I say that, what does that mean to you?
I mean, it's just so cool. Such an honor. It's just, I don't think I've made an all-star team in anything since like middle school. So I think it really just speaks to, the Otters organization and how much they really care about their guys and want everyone to succeed. Everyone from Skip, Max, down to every player on the team. It's I think really cool, and I think it shows that the Otters really want their guys to succeed and help them along the way.
Now, stats show that you have a great ERA and 30 strikeouts, but I think what's more impressive is that how you carry yourself off the field and being raised by a good family, bringing a good attitude every day. I guess talk a little bit about your background as far as how you were raised and how you carry yourself off the field, because I think you lead by example.
I try. I definitely don't have the experience baseball-wise some of these guys have. So like you said, I just try and be positive. That's really all you can do. I mean, baseball's such a grind of a season, and there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, and the only thing you can really truly control in this game is your attitude. So, win, lose, draw, good game, bad game, just try and be positive, and, that's hopefully going to help you in the next one, because, you can't change what's happened. All you can do is go forward, think positive, and try and give the best, your next opportunity, your best shot.
Now, with Danny Erbach being signed by the New York Mets, and is a good friend of yours here on the team, what has he taught you as far as accepting your new role as the closer?
It's funny. I still text him, just like, hey, man, like, here's what I'm thinking. But, just try and, what he said, just be confident in yourself, I've had success, and, just go out there with confidence. I think that's really the biggest thing is, baseball's a game where, the situation changes, but the game itself really doesn't, whether pitching the 7th, 8th, or 9th, you're just trying to get 3 outs. So, don't let the moment get to you, or try not to think about it. Just focus on each pitch and trust your stuff.
Now, you do have a fastball. It's in the low 90s. You have a splitter. And I think you've been working on a breaking pitch. If I want to say it's a curveball, what have you been working on as far as that third pitch to create your arsenal and have hitters guessing whenever you're out on the mound?
Yeah, really just started with having a third, just any third pitch. I don't even know what I'm calling it yet, slider, curveball, breaking ball, really. But, just something you can have, throw for a strike, and just keep guys guessing, because, everyone knows that I want to, get outs with my splitter. That's my go-to. So, anything you can do to just keep guys off balance and keep them guessing, just even if you don't throw it, just have in the back of their mind that you can. So it's still a work in progress. It's a long way. But Max has been helping me a lot. Even the guys on the team, just picking brains. Guys like Cepeda's got a great slider. Vale's helped me with, he's got a great slider. So those guys have been really helpful too.
And lastly, Saturday night is superhero night, and you are a fan of Marvel and DC. You have expressed loudly that you have Captain America socks.
Yes.
You have a I Am Groot hat that is for the, I'm blanking right now. It is the Guardians of the Galaxy, yes. So I don't think you have one, but what are some of your favorite superheroes?
That's such a loaded question. I have a ton. I go through big shifts. I'm in a Batman mood recently.
Okay.
The movies just came on Netflix, so I've been watching a lot of Batman. But I'm a big Captain America fan, first and foremost. He's my favorite. Any of the Marvel movies, really. Yeah. And who else? Let's see. Venom. I was a big fan of Venom when that came out. I just think it's just so fun, and they're super cheesy, but I think it's super fun to just kind of go out there and have your alter ego. And yeah, so today if you ask me today, I'm more of a Batman mood, but long term I'm a Captain America guy.
Okay. But Taylor Wright, Bruce Wayne, when in the pen, out on the mound, he puts on the Dark Knight cape. Taylor, thank you so much for your time, and congratulations on being one of 4 All-Stars for the Evansville Otters.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of Evansville Otters baseball on 91.5 FM WUEB Evansville.
The Pizza Brick Road always goes to Tyroni's. I'm in the mood for pizza and I'm ready to go. The Pizza Brick Road goes to Tyroni's. So follow me down the Pizza Brick Road. Road down to Tyroni's. The Pizza Brick Road.
Bill, I don't know if you're a fan of the Star Wars movies, but that was the intro to the Imperial March whenever Darth Vader entered whenever Darth Vader was present in a room. So it is Prince and Princess night. It's not Superhero night tonight. Superhero night will be next, or the Saturday the Otters come back from the All-Star break. And I don't know that off the top of my head, but we'll get to it. It's in your programs, or you can check EvansvilleOtters.com for all the promotional schedules.
Yeah, now,
we do have a baseball game to attend to, though.
I'm sorry?
We have a baseball game to attend to, though, but go ahead.
No, I was going to say, before I came in, I was talking to some of our loyal fans,
right.
Outside the gate prior to entering a lot of Otterville. And one of our fans, Bill, was telling me about the Yankees were playing the Red Sox over there in London. In London,
yes.
And the score was like 18 or 16 to 13 or something.
Was it really? Because last time I heard it was like 17-6 Yankees.
Well, something like that anyway. And I said, my God. And then he said, well, they're playing on a, what do you call it, croquette field or something.
Okay,
and
so the Yankees won by a final score of 17-13.
Okay, well, that's what it was close to, and I was around that area.
Yankees had 17 runs on 19 hits, while the Red Sox had 13 runs on 18 hits. It was 6-6 after 1. The Red Sox starter got pulled. He only recorded 1 out.
Okay. How many home runs? Because it said the fence was like 200 feet or something.
Oh, was it? Oh,
yeah.
I can keep track of that for you. But what were you about to say?
Well, that's what I was, when I heard the 17 and 13, whatever, and I said, my God, must be an awful lot of home runs. And it reminded me of being down there. The first game was ever played in Florida, the Marlins in the stadium. It was a football stadium.
Was it?
And it was a spring training game between the Dodgers and the Baltimore, and it was Baltimore's home game, of course. And Freddie Lynn was playing, and left field, it might have been 200 feet, and then they put up a 50-foot screen, and Freddie Lynn was a left-hand batter, and all he did is popped it. That was 1 home run. Pop it. There was 2 home runs. Popped it 3. I said, oh, my God.
There were 5 home runs, but a lot of doubles.
Oh, okay. Off the screens then, whatever. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch it, but normally Red Sox and Yankees are arguably the best rivalry in baseball. And
oh, yeah.
You can put that up there with arguably the best rivalry in sports, up there with Carolina Duke in college basketball. There's a handful of SEC football rivalries. There's the USC Notre Dame, whatever the case may be. But definitely a good sign of things that baseball is being played in other parts of the country besides the U.S. or other parts of the world besides the U.S.?
Well, I've got to say, in all honesty, I've been watching baseball, my God, 80 years or so. And being from the East, you know, you're a Philly fan because you live close. Others, myself, I could, you know, we talk about Calabrese. All I got to do is look across the river, and that's New York. And so they were either Brooklyn Giants or Yankee fans. I was and always will be. And I hope they put a Red Sox emblem in my casket. I was a Red Sox fan.
Were you really?
Oh, yes. Ted Williams.
So that's why you like Ted Williams a lot. You grew up watching him.
Well, yeah. Ted, one of the most embarrassing situations I ever had was Bertie Tebbetts. You know, he was the catcher in those days for Ted and Don and Walt Drupo and those guys. And Bertie Tebbetts was scouting, and I was scouting. We were in Chicago. It was a Sunday. We'd watched the White Sox. And we were at dinner. It was Lenny Yoakum and Bertie Tebbetts and I. And I opened my big mouth and I said, yeah, you know, when I was scouting, you go to a high school, college game and you'd say, Coach, you got the lineup? And they say, oh, we haven't made it up yet. And right behind you would be, I'm making this up, here would come Buddy Kerr, next major leaguer. He'd say, hey, Coach, got the lineup? Yeah, one of the student managers, give Buddy the lineup. He just finished telling me he didn't have it. I said, yeah, you ex-major leaguers. Boy, did Bertie unload on me. And, you know, I always thought Bertie Tebbetts, you know, was like 6'1" or something, maybe 200. Here I am. Bertie Tebbetts might have been 5'8", maybe 160 pounds. So, anyway, oh yeah, Bertie Tebbetts.
Well, it's Prince and Princess night. There are a lot of princesses in front of us. Let's see, we got Cinderella, we got Princess Jasmine, Snow White. I want to say Sleeping Beauty, but I could be wrong on that one over there. And then I think the girl from Frozen is out there as well. So if your children are a fan of Prince and Princesses, I suggest you come out here to the ballpark where you can get pictures, autographs, and whatever else the case may be. We're going to get to the starting lineups right here. First for the hometown Evansville Otters. Batting first, playing second base, number 2, David Cronin. Batting second, playing center field for the first time this year, number 5, Keith Griesaber. Batting third, the third baseman, Mr. Consistency, Ryan Long. Batting fourth will be the first baseman, all-star first baseman, Carlos Castro. Batting fifth will be Rob Calabrese, playing catcher. Batting sixth will be the designated hitter today, number 18, Mike Rizzatello. Batting seventh will be Jack Meggs. He plays left, and we had the great fortune to speak to his mom earlier before the broadcast. Just a wonderful family overall.
Oh, yes. I mean, Dave, you're new to Evansville, and I don't mean to pound salt, but
no, it's fine.
You know, it's such a great honor to have these parents that come in from California or Florida or wherever they're coming in from, and they come up to the press box and they introduce themselves.
Yes.
You know, it is such an honor that I'm thrilled. You know, when a parent comes up and says, "Hey, you know, Bill, how to say hello to you," or something we enjoy. Dave, and whether it's Jim or Dave or Mike or whoever is, the play-by-play. And I'm just the guy that, throws stories around. That's it. So.
Well, sometimes stories come in handy, like yesterday. So
anyway.
Jack Meggs will bat seventh. He's playing left field today. Batting eighth will be the right fielder, Justin Irby, appearing in his 8th game of the season. Batting ninth will be the shortstop, J.J. Gould, and on the mound, a left-hander making a spot start today, wearing number 9, Jacob Hill. Batting for the visiting River City Rascals. Batting first, playing left field, will be Andrew Penner. Batting second will be the second baseman, Trevor Achenbach. Batting third will be the right fielder, Cameron Este. Batting fourth at third base, Braxton Martinez, who had the RBI single yesterday, back in the first. Batting fifth will be Nolan Meadows. He's the designated hitter. Batting sixth will be the man who hit the grand slam yesterday, wearing number 9, J.D. Hearn. He plays center field. Batting seventh will be the first baseman, Zach Levy, wearing number 34. Batting eighth will be the catcher, number 32, James Morisano. And batting ninth will be the shortstop, Tanner Wheatrick. On the mound for the Rascals will be Travis McQueen. Comes in with a 2-0 record and an ERA of 4.33. Coming off 2 wins, he's had 6 starts in 8 games. He has pitched against the Otters before. He pitched in the rubber match and earned a no decision when he pitched against the Otters. He allowed, he threw 5.1 innings, allowing 5 runs on 10 hits against the Otters. So the Otters have hit this guy, Travis McQueen, before the starter for the River City Rascals.
Well, I wouldn't put too much faith in that. If you remember, the other night you said, well, here comes a guy that shut out the Otters with 2 hits. He really made the Otters look bad.
From Schaumburg.
Yeah, when did he last? A couple innings.
3.
Yeah, so, I mean, one game he shut the Otters down, and here the next day he opened the floodgates. So, day by day, the game's different, and one day it's raining, and next day it's a sun-baked feel.
Well, let's get to our keys to the game. We didn't do that yesterday. But a key for the game for me is the Otters need to take pitches. And don't be afraid to take a first strike if you have a 3-0 count. The reason I say that is because the River City Rascals are 3rd in the league as far as pitching-wise. They have allowed 155 walks.
Well, no, you're right.
Don't be afraid to take a pitch.
Oh, I agree. And especially you're going into the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning, and you're losing by 6 runs. Yeah. Hey, when you're losing by 6 runs, you're in the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th inning. You need runners on. So you don't want to go up there and start swinging at the first pitch. And, the guy throws 4 or 5 pitches, and he's out of the inning. My God. And yet, if you look at his history, take last night. I mean, here we had our pitcher, and I'm not trying to pound salt, but he walked the first 2 batters in 2 1/3 inning, and he walked 6 batters and hit 1. Well, same thing could happen to them, and we could benefit, be the beneficiary of a pitcher's wildness. So, anyway, you're right. Take a strike.
Anything else you want to throw out there? That's my main key of the game. Obviously, string together a handful of quality at-bats. I think that's another thing that's had the Otters have success this season, especially earlier in the week. So,
well, the only thing I know, I may not come over correctly with this, but I'll make my point anyway. I've been in professional baseball for over 60-plus years. I've played the game, I've coached the game, I've scouted the game, and I've been on the radio now for many games. And, you watch things. You watch a pitcher. He starts off and he throws a pitch, and the ball's ricocheted off the right field wall. And then the next one, he knocks the shortstop down with a line drive, although it's a hit. Well, anyway, to cut the story, it's bang, 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 bang. You say, hey, this guy hasn't missed many bats. He's really very effective tonight. He's hitting every bat that he throws at. You need somebody warming up in the bullpen, because he's telling you, I don't have it tonight. And what the manager or the coach should do is go out to the catcher. The catcher's the only one that knows what is going on, and say, catch, what has he got? And if the catcher is a teammate and a team player, he'll say, Skip, I tell you what, Dave don't have it tonight. I'd warm somebody up. So there's my comment. Go ahead.
Well, I think that's an important note to have, because clearly it wasn't done yesterday until the 6 runs were given up, and then they started the Otters had someone warming up in the bullpen. Grady came in and threw an excellent job.
A super game. He threw strikes.
Yep.
And he wanted to have 4 strikeouts. And,
yep.
Yeah.
Another fun fact about him: he is a cousin to Muhammad Ali.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So, another key stat, if the Otters score first, their record when they score first is 20-7. But if the opponent scores first, they are 5-10. And if they have the lead after 8 innings, they are 21-0.
I think you made that stat one night when you were on the road. I believe it was the first time or second time that the Otters had taken the lead and eventually lost the game, and you made reference to it. So you do a great job on those stats. I'll say that.
I appreciate it. It's part of my prep work. Now, it is Prince and Princess night. Do you have a couple favorite Disney movies in your movie watching? Because I'm sure you watched a handful with your grandchildren, right?
Children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren.
Okay.
I'm still watching those things on Channel 299. Yeah, when the grandkids or the great-grandkids come over, I lose the TV.
Okay.
I mean, it's Disney all the way.
Right.
So, any favorites? No, it's just that I don't know. But anyway, in case you are interested, Walt Disney is increasing the fare admittance to Disneyland.
Is he really?
Yeah, whether it's in Florida or in California. I've had the pleasure of being in both. That one in California is in Anaheim.
Is it?
Yeah, and it's not that far away from the Los Angeles Angel ball field.
Yep. That's where Mike Trout is.
And I used to stay at the Marriott, and I could walk to Disney World.
Oh, yeah?
And, of course, in Florida, you know, I got to go. The grandkids go, and I pay the $50 or $70 or $100, and all I do is sit and watch.
I'll tell the story later on, but I was able to get into Disney World for free when I went the last time.
Oh.
Yeah.
You swam in.
Yeah. We went to Universal first, a friend of mine, but I'll tell that story later on the air. The starting lineups are being announced out here in the ballpark, and then we're going to get the first pitch. So we'll go to commercial break here, and then when we come back, first pitch between the Evansville Otters and the River City Rascals, right here on the Otters Digital Network and 91.5 WUEV.
You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 business days before any digging project. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Sheet Metal Workers Local 20 and SMACNA, the Sheet Metal and Air Conditioning Contractors National Association, have the most qualified sheet metal and HVAC contractors in the Evansville area. To find a list of our qualified union contractors, visit unionsheetmetalindustry.com.
The preceding has been a presentation of Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 FM WUEV Evansville. For a complete game and broadcast schedule and to keep up on the latest with the Evansville Otters, visit us online at evansvilleotters.com. We thank you for listening, and until next time, go Otters! It's game time for the Otters on 91.5 FM WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
3-1. Long. Toward right. Toward the corner. Toward the foul pole and over the wall. Fair. Home run for Ryan Long.
First pitch. Cronin crushes it in the air to deep right field. He bat flips it and it's way out of here.
Don't forget, Otters fans, you can catch every Evansville Otters broadcast on 91.5 FM WUEV online at EvansvilleOtters.com and through the WUEV mobile app.
Roxon deals the 2-2 pitch. Fastball called strike 3 on the inside corner. Vail rings up Bissell to end it, and the Otters are going back to the postseason.
Now, let's go out to the ballpark for all of the action.
Welcome to Evansville Otters Baseball. Dave Nguyen, Bill McCune on the call. Glad to have you with us, whether you're listening from the Northeast, out in Florida, in the Midwest, out in Chicago, or on the West Coast, out in Newport Beach, California. Bill, it's glad to be back here in Otterville land.
Oh, this is the greatest ballpark in the United States, the greatest fans. And I'll tell you what, it's a pleasure to be here. So, we're blessed. So many people wish they could be baseball players, radio announcers. You and I are blessed. So
100%. I want to let you know that I did call my mother today.
Good.
And she appreciated it. She
All
also
right.
says hello.
Good. Did she put a star up under my name?
Yes. So the Otters starter today is Jacob Hill, making his first start in professional baseball here in the Frontier League. Went to the University of San Diego. He's from Orange, California. He'll be facing Andrew Penner, followed by Trevor Achenbach and Cameron Este. First pitch from the lefty is a called strike, a fastball inside. Count at 1-0. 0-1, I should say. Takes a deep breath on the mound, wastes no time, the 0-1. He'll be low. Count even at 1 after that ball, a breaking ball in the dirt. Penner hitting .364 on the year. He was 0 for 2 yesterday with 2 hit by pitches. The 1-1 from Hill. Be a fastball just missing around letter high. Misses the strike sound count moves to 2-1.
Yeah, I'm trying to study. I haven't got no comments until I sit and study this gentleman. It's
the 2-1 from Hill.
There was the curveball.
And just missing strike zone right around the letters. Count moves to 3-1.
Yeah, that curveball didn't have anything on it. And he threw a couple of wild ones when he was warming up, so.
The 3-1 from Hill. Will be
ball 4.
Low and away for ball 4. So a first pitch strike and then 4 straight balls.
Yeah.
And the first batter Hill faces is a walk.
Now, yesterday, or was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday, the first man got on and...
second man got on as well as a walk.
But I'm going to say the first guy stole, but he was thrown out by Calabrese. Now, let's see what happens here with this guy.
Achenbach.
Is he going to test the waters?
Possibly.
Yeah, now that looked like a slider. Anyway, inside.
It's a ball inside right around the belt. Count moves to 1-0 to the hot-hitting second baseman.
Let's see.
Man from Billings, Montana. The 1-0 from Hill. Yeah. Breaking ball call for a strike.
Right. Now, he's got a pretty good deceiving motion. If you notice, he lifts that leg, and he's looking at first. He can go either way, home or first, so that's a good deceiving motion so far. He's impressed me with that.
I think that's the benefit of being a left-handed pitcher.
Yes,
you can actually see the runner at first the whole way through. 1-1 is upstairs around the chest of Trevor Achenbach, who's hitting .292 on the year.
Yeah.
Count at 2-1 to the Billings, Montana native, an all-star selection for Trevor Achenbach, as well as the number 3 hitter, Cameron Este, and the 4th hitter, Braxton Martinez. Hill checks the runner at first. The 2-1. The upstairs for a ball. Count moves to 3-1. Just underway here at Bosse Field.
Okay, so we've had four balls on the first batter, 3 with this is 7. 1 strike to the first batter, 1 strike here, so it's 7-2 on pitches.
Yes.
He might be going on this one. No.
3-1,
Ball 4.
upstairs.
Now, see, all right, we're in the same situation. There goes Mike. Listen, Telly.
Rob.
Oh, wait a minute.
Rob
that's
Ketchum.
right, yeah.
Rob Ketchum.
I'm sorry.
No worries.
Yeah. I'm getting mixed up because I was talking to Mike earlier in the game. But anyway, we're at the same situation we were yesterday, okay? Walked the first two batters. Now, Rob went out the same way last night. He went out and talked. Now, it depends on the first two pitches he throws to this batter whether I would have somebody warming up.
Already?
Yes. This guy, I mean, so far, I don't want to knock him.
You know the game better than I do.
Well, again, see what I mean? He hasn't found the plate. And when he was warming up, he was wild. So you've got to sit and study a player.
Runners are first and second, back-to-back walks. Third batter of the game in Cameron Este. His 1-0 is a breaking ball in the dirt.
Warm somebody up, Max, before the hole gets big and whether the barn burns down.
Yep, so the fire department, right?
Yes. I mean, here we got 8 and 2. That's 10. 10 balls, 2 strikes.
2-0 the count. 10 balls, 2 strikes for Hill on the day so far. Make that 11 balls and 2 strikes.
I mean, we're going to have walked the first 3 batters and nobody's warming up and no one's going out and talking to him. Although Calabrese did, which I give him credit. That's what a catcher has to do.
3-0 the count to Cameron Este.
There's a strike.
I feel like that was almost given.
No comment.
Este hitting .268 on the year. He was 0 for 4 with a hit by pitch and a run. Scored that run on the grand slam that was hit yesterday by J.D. Hearn. 3-1 the count. Hill fires. It's a called strike 2 on the outside corner.
All right, that's so now that's 4 strikes. 11 and 4.
Back-to-back walks to begin the game to Andrew Penner and Trevor Achenbach.
You know, not one batter has swung at the ball yet. They just sat and took everything as
Payoff pitch outside for ball 4. So 3 straight walks. The Rascals have the bases loaded with no outs.
Max buried that at the pad. That's it. Get out there and talk to him. I tell you.
What are you going to tell me? That you love baseball?
I do, and I've been around it too long, and I've seen too many. Now, you see, no one's warming up yet. We've got a situation, no outs. He has thrown 12 balls and 3 strikes. Okay?
4.
4 strikes, okay. Why wait until 4 or 5 runs are scored before somebody warms up? Warm someone up now. You don't have to use them. But in case the guy gets a base hit and 2 runs score, you know, then you can yank him and bring someone in.
Well, it'll bring up the cleanup hitter. Braxton Martinez had the RBI single in the first inning yesterday. He's hitting .289 on the year. All-star third baseman, but the starting third baseman for the Frontier League All-Star team will be Ryan Long. This ball goes behind Calabrese. And what would you call that pitch, Bill?
That's a wild pitch.
Okay.
It might have gone through the catcher, but it was still wild.
So now 13 balls and 4 strikes thrown by Jacob Hill.
Yeah, new pitcher.
And there might be some. Yep, there you go, Bill.
Okay, good. Thank God.
The side armor Reigns will walk towards the bullpen, as well as Abraham Almonte. There's a called strike. Braxton Martinez evens the count at 1. There are no outs and the bases loaded on 3 straight walks. Not the ideal start for the Otters.
No.
The 1-1 from Hill. Ground ball fielded by Cronin. The second for 1. The first, the 4-6-3 double play. Scores a run, but there are 2 outs.
That was a pretty smooth double play by Cronin to JJ. and you got Castro with the stretch. I'll tell you what, yeah. See, now you got someone warming up. He probably saw that guy warming up, and he said, I better concentrate. Now, he did throw a strike. That one that was hit was a strike.
So 4-6-3 double play. Achenbaugh moves to third. 1 run scores, but we have 2 outs now, and Nolan Meadows to the plate. Meadows was 0 for 5 yesterday with a strikeout. He has the count at 1-0 after the first pitch ball from Jacob Hill.
I tell you, Calabrese is doing a pretty good job back there. I mean, this guy is all over.
We got the sidearmer Ashton Raines warming up in the bullpen. We saw him earlier this week. Another strike from Jacob Hill on the outside corner to Nolan Meadows.
I'm going to say that was a change. I mean, that was, and it was a good pitch.
2 outs. Runner at third in Achenbaugh. The 1-1 from Hill. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball there. Count moves to 1-2.
And it was an off-speed breaking pitch. I mean, he was completely fooled.
He even looked back towards the umpire and said, well, I shouldn't have swung at that one.
Yeah.
1-2 the count to Meadows. 2 outs the pitch. Swing and a miss on another breaking pitch. That looked off speed as well. That's the 3rd out of the inning. Ended the inning with a strikeout, but after 3 walks, the 4-6-3 double play, and a strikeout, the Rascals were able to get on the board, scoring first as they did yesterday. We head to the bottom of the first. Otters up to the bat, or up to the plate.
Up to the plate.
And you're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on the Otters Digital Network and 91.5 WUEV.
The Evansville Otters would like to thank the Evansville Courier and Press for their support and coverage of Otters baseball. The Evansville Courier and Press provides news, sports, and weather coverage to the Tri-State, both in a print and online edition. The Evansville Courier and Press can be found online at courierandpress.com, as well as on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. The Evansville Courier and Press, a member of the Journal Media Group.
This summer, the Frontier League heads to the Big Apple as its brightest stars battle the Can-Am League's finest in the historic first-ever Frontier League Can-Am League All-Star Celebration. It's July 9th and 10th in beautiful Rockland County, nestled in New York City's suburbs. Slide to rocklandboulders.com for tickets and lodging information to see the best baseball stars shine in New York. Again, visit rocklandboulders.com and show support for your team in this Frontier League Can-Am League All-Star Game.
GD Ritzy's is a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball. GD Ritzy's menu features hamburgers, grilled chicken sandwiches, old-fashioned peanut butter and jelly, and ice cream. With 3 Evansville locations: west at 4810 University Drive, on the north side at 4320 North 1st Avenue, and on the east side at 601 North Green River Road. GD Ritzy's is open from 10 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Sunday through Thursday, and 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. GD Ritzy's, a proud supporter of the Evansville Otters.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of Evansville Otters baseball on 91.5 FM WUEV Evansville.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters Baseball. Dave Gwynn, Bill McCune here at Bosse Field. It's Prince and Princess Night. A very popular night here at Bosse Field, as you can tell by the attendance. We have a great crowd here today.
We do. We have a lot of princesses, I'll tell you that. And beautiful.
Could have said it better than myself.
Well, thank you.
1-0 the count to Cronin. Next pitch is a called strike in the outside corner. It seems that every strike that is called from Dave, it's that low and away pitch.
Yeah.
Him and Ryan as well.
Right, yeah. I talked to Ryan about that earlier.
1-1, check swing. Cronin goes around for strike 2.
Well, see, that was the same pitch. And, I asked Ryan, I said, you think that's a ball because you let so many of those pitches go? And he said, yeah, I think it is. So, that's where they're being deceived.
The 1-2 to Cronin. Now that one's way outside for a ball. Count even at 2. Travis McQueen making his second start against the Otters, his 7th start of the season. McQueen is 2-0 this year. The 2-2 to Cronin. Outside for a ball. Count now full to the Orland Park, Illinois native. The payoff pitch to Cronin. He'll chop this one. A great diving stop there by the all-star third baseman Braxton Martinez. Cronin was robbed of at least a double. There's one away.
You know, it started already. I mean, last night, Ryan Long hit one and got robbed. And here you've got Cronin. He gets robbed. I mean, that was a great play. But, you know, Dave, I got to just say it quick. Max did have someone warm up, and you see it paid off. You had someone ready in case. He got himself out with a double play. Good. So let's start a new inning off.
Keith Griesaber playing center field for the first time this season. The former Rascals, he was in their spring training this season in 2019. Takes a first pitch strike from McQueen. Here's the next pitch. Ground ball foul down the third base line. And if I'm not mistaken, it seems like there's a bit of a pink tint on the third base and first base bag, but maybe my eyes might be bad as well.
I'm sorry.
A kind of a pink tint.
A pink tint?
Yeah, it looks the base bag looks kind of pink.
Oh, okay.
Ground ball, and Martinez will make a backhand stop and throw over to first in time for out number 2.
Yeah, third baseman made both plays. A pink tint to the third base bag.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you see that, or is it just my eyes?
No. There is it's not pure white, put it that way.
Yeah. Well, Ryan Long to the plate. You spoke to him earlier today?
I spoke. He came up to see me, him and Mike Grisatelli. I tell you, I was honored. I'm being really. See, there it is. We talked about that. Oh, where to go?
Ryan Long, he swings at the first pitch. It's normally right down the middle. If he swings at it, that fell through for a single. Otters' first hit of the game.
That was one of the things. His team come up just to say hello to me and spend a few minutes talking, and I was really, really thrilled. So to their mothers and fathers who are back home listening to the game, I want to say I appreciate your sons coming up and saying hello to me.
Well, you also gave them a bat, from what I understand.
Well,
right?
You didn't have to bring that up.
No, but they are gentlemen. They were raised the right way. They
are, yeah. I gave them
swing and a foul ball from Carlos Castro, counted 0-1.
Let me put it this way. I gave him a seasoned bat.
Okay.
Not one that the tree was cut down yesterday, and Louisville made the bat yesterday morning and shipped it to the Otters late yesterday. I mean, these 2 bats I gave, and I gave Hunter one too.
Okay.
So, they're seasoned bats. I hope they use them batting practice or a game.
Definitely batting practice.
Yeah.
Definitely batting practice. Throw over to first is not in time. Ryan Long with another hit on the year.
Yeah.
Ryan Long's 44th hit. 0-1 the count to Castro. The pitch from McQueen. Maybe a ground ball foul down the third base line. Count moves to 0-2.
Yeah, 1988, you were probably in grammar school.
88?
Yeah.
88 I wasn't even thought of.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, oh, you threw me off. Andy Bennis was drafted by the Padres, #1 draft. He's from Evansville here, University of Evansville, Central High School. And
0-2, there'll be a pop fly down the first base line. Drifts foul, and count remains at 0-2.
We had signed him, and then the University of Evansville was having their fall baseball program, and Andy was working out with them, and I brought him his first wooden bat. I said, here, you're not going to be batting with those metal bats in the majors or pro. Here's a wooden bat. So I gave my first bat to Andy Bennis.
Fastball misses from Travis McQueen. Count at 1-2. McQueen is 2-0 with a 4.33 ERA. Earned a win in his last start, where he allowed 1 earned run, 2 runs total, and a 5-3 win against Joliet. It threw 5 innings.
Ooh.
Castro will lift this in the air. Foul territory on the third base line. The catcher, Morisano, thought he could make the play in the dugout. He reached over to the third base dugout and missed the ball at least by a couple feet, but that was close.
He gave it a good try, and that's what you like. When you see a ball player really hustle, you know, it was embarrassing. I was playing for Travis Jackson, the greatest manager I played for, and it was a fly pop-up fly. And the wind was blowing. I didn't pay attention to it. So I turned around and looked. I knew it was over the stands. So I asked the umpire for a new ball.
1-2 is bouncing in the dirt. Here goes Long. Slides to second, and he is out. Good arm there by Morisano. The catcher throws out Ryan Long. The good tag there by Trevor Achenbach. So Castro will be at bat again when we start the second inning. We are through 1. It's 1-0 River City. We head to the top of the second. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on the Otters Digital Network at 91.5 WUEV.
The Hoosier Lottery began selling lottery tickets on October 13, 1989. Since then, the Hoosier Lottery has offered hundreds of different games, awarded prizes to millions of players, and given billions of dollars to the state of Indiana. The Hoosier Lottery's mission is to responsibly provide innovative and entertaining lottery games for the benefit of the citizens of Indiana. To learn more about the Hoosier Lottery, visit them online at HoosierLottery.com. The Hoosier Lottery, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
Heritage Federal Credit Union has 7 full-service branches in both Evansville and Newburgh, serving more than 38,000 members. Membership is open to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Vanderburgh or Warwick County. Heritage Federal Credit Union offers mortgage and consumer loans, checking and savings accounts, as well as online banking for members. Heritage Federal Credit Union can be reached toll-free by phone at 1-800-858-1693. It can also be found online at hfcu.info.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Chapter 16, would like to take time to say, Go Otters! The IBEW Local 16's jurisdiction includes 13 counties in southwestern Indiana, as well as Wabash County in Illinois. Its members are divided into several categories of electrical work, including inside construction, maintenance electric, residential wiring, and sign classifications. More information on IBEW Local 16 can be found online at IBEW16.net.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters Baseball. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune here on the call. Top of the second, 1-0 Rascals. It is Prince and Princess night here at Bossy Field. We have some of the kids' favorites, including Cinderella and Snow White. First pitch from Hill is a called strike to the man who hit the grand slam yesterday, Mr. J.D. Hearn. 0-1 the count from the belt. Hill fires. It's a ball that misses right around the belt. Count even at 1.
I thought the last pitch looked more like a strike, and the first pitch looked like it was low, so I'm off both ways.
The 1-1 from Hill. Looked like a curveball that hung up there.
Yeah.
Did not reach the strike zone. Count moves to 2-1.
Yeah, well, he's high and he's low. He hasn't zeroed in on that strike zone yet.
The 2-1.
Oh, my God.
That pitch bounced in the dirt in front of Calabrese, the catcher. Count moves to 3-1.
You know, you started the game off, or your pregame conference, and you said, take a strike.
3-1.
Ball 4.
That's ball 4. So the 4th walk today by Hill. He was able to get out of the first inning on a 4-6-3 double play that was turned by David Cronin. And then he had a strikeout to Cameron Meadows to end the inning. Allowed 1 run. Zach Levy, the first baseman, he started the year on the injured list. He's played 10 games coming into today. He was 0 for 2 yesterday. Gets a called strike from Hill, counted 0-1.
Yeah, that was an off-speed curveball. He seems to have more control on his off-speed pitches than he does when he's throwing velocity-wise.
0-1.
See, there was the extra oomph. Steve should go out there and say, hey, just...
Steve?
Calabrese. Go out there and say, hey, just throw natural. Don't try to strike everyone out.
The 1-1, it will not be thrown as the Hill will check the runner at first. Tag is not in time there by Castro. Count moves at 1-1.
Yeah, I was thinking of Steve Boros. Yeah, I don't know if you remember him. He managed the Oakland Athletics and the San Diego Padres.
The 1-1 from Hill.
Right, there's that off-speed curve.
Called strike.
See?
Right there for a 1-2 count.
He's got control of that pitch.
So he should go to that pitch more often.
Yes, that's the only, that is his only strike. Continue.
Runner on first after a walk to J.D. Hearn. There's no outs here in the top of the second. 1-0 Rascals the score. The 1-2 from Hill. Our breaking ball away. Count moves even at 2. We got a really good crowd today here at Boston Field. I think it's Prince and Princess Night is probably one of the more popular nights, at least amongst the younger fans.
Yeah.
The 2-2.
See, there's that hard fastball. He's back to 3-2. Now, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5. At least 5, maybe even 6, that he's had a 3-ball count on.
21 balls, 12 strikes to Hill.
Yeah.
The payoff pitch. Ground ball right at Castro. Steps on the first base bagger 1. Then he throws the ball in the infield over the head of J.J. Gould. Advancing to third will be J.D. Hearn. So the overthrow from Carlos Castro, was that the smart play?
Yes. That was a good play on Castro's part. The only thing is, the throw to J.J. was a little high, and because I thought he should have had it, to be honest with you. I mean, it wasn't that out of his reach. A lot of times an infield or outfield, they jump and they don't have to. All they got to do is raise their arm. But so anyway.
There's one out. There will be an error accredited to Carlos Castro.
Yeah.
So it's an unassisted out and then an E3.
Right, and
called strike inside to Morisano, the catcher. Count at 0-1.
And Zach, on that 3-2 count, was an off-speed curveball, which was a strike. And that's, again, he hit that pitch, but it was a good pitch. So he's got to use that more often. There it is there, see?
0-1 drops in there for a strike, too.
See, I mean, that is the only pitch he has control of.
So if it's off-speed more times than not, it's a changeup, right?
Yeah, well, no, that'd not be a changeup, but it's just instead of an 80-mile-an-hour curveball, it's a 75.
Fouled away down the third base line. Count moves to 0-2.
But anyway, that's his most effective pitch. I'm going to say if he threw it 10 times, 9 have been strikeouts. strikes.
Morisano hitting .231 on the year. Did not play catcher yesterday. The 0-2.
Ooh.
Hits him.
I tell you what, they're liable to call the local police. I mean, we hit 4 batters last night. We hit 1 tonight. They're liable to call assault and battery.
Should we bring an ambulance too? Definitely the fire truck.
Well, I would have the fire truck on standby, yes.
Wietrich, the batter. Shortstop, appearing in his 5th game of the year, batting .364 on the season. He was 1 for 3 yesterday with a single.
Strike.
What was that pitch again?
It's the off-speed curve. And again, throw it every pitch.
The 0-1.
Say fastball.
That one missed.
Oh.
Count even at 1 with 1 out. Runners on the corners for the Rascals. They lead this one 1-0 after a RBI ground out by Braxton Martinez.
We could get out of this again with a double play.
That would be nice.
Yes.
The 1-1.
There's the curveball. Unfortunately, that one was too high.
That one hung once more for a ball. Count was a 2-1, 1 out. Top of the second, 1-0 Rascals. Hill, the left-handed pitcher from Orange, California. The 2-1.
Right, that was the curve again, but it hung. That's the last two were curveballs, but they hung up there. Orange County, that's San Diego's in Orange County.
And he attended the University of San Diego.
Okay, it's Orange County.
Three and 1 the count. Hill checks the runner at first, fires the 3-1.
Oh!
And that'll be ball 4.
Max, get out there. Get out there, Max.
Here comes Ashton Raines warming up in the bullpen again.
Max, get out there and talk. Of course, Max goes out there, that's the end of him. So that's when Calabrese has got to go out there and talk.
Calabrese gives out the signals to the infield. The bases are loaded once more with 1 out. But double play would be nice right here. Double play helped Hill get out of the first inning.
See, now there's a smart move. Okay, Calabrese, we spoke about this yesterday. Calabrese goes out and talks to him. The guy gives the pitcher a warm-up. He comes back to his position, then go out and talk to him again. That allows the pitcher in the bullpen to throw an extra 5 or 6 pitches to warm up. See, now you make the umpire come out and get you. And, again, that's heads up. Good, smart. Catchers are educated, baseball educated.
They're also tough.
Oh, you better believe
they're
it.
thick-skinned.
Oh, they eat nails for breakfast.
I don't know about Mike Rizzatello. I spoke to him for an hour today. He'll be featured on my next podcast.
I tell you what, a nice kid, and he has got. He shook hands with me, and I was fearful he was going to squeeze my hand to death.
Ground ball on one half to Gould. The second one for first.
Another.
A 6-4-3 double play gets the Otters out of the inning. Smiles from Ryan Long, J.J. Gould, and David Cronin as they run back to the Otters dugout. It's 1-0 Rascals. We head to the bottom of the second. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on the Otters Digital Network and 91.5 WUEV.
This Evansville Otters broadcast is made possible through support from New Image Travel. New Image Travel provides motor coach charter service to the United States and Canada with pickup within a 150-mile radius of Evansville. A full list of New Image Travel's offerings can be found online at newimagecharter.com. New Image Travel can be reached toll-free at 1-800-432-6213. New Image Travel, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
The Tri-State Area Marathon service stations are proud supporters of the Evansville Otters. Marathon has over 5,100 Marathon-branded stations nationwide, and a full list of area Marathon stations and a list of daily gas prices are available online at myMarathonStation.com. Marathon provides products which support commercial, industrial, and retail operations. Marathon's slogan is Fueling the American Spirit.
The Tin Fish Restaurant is located at 707 State Street in Newburgh, Indiana. Independently owned and operated, the Tin Fish menu featured salads and sandwiches, as well as seafood platters and combos, and seafood burritos, tacos, and burgers. The Tin Fish Restaurant is open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. They can be reached by phone at 812-490-7000. Visit them online at tinfishnewburgh.com. The Tin Fish Restaurant, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters Baseball. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune here on the call. Bill, I just want to let you know that my mom and dad say hello.
Well, thank you. And I know you just got a text from your dad, which we won't mention what he said, but apparently your dad must have coached baseball in his earlier days.
He did. He coached me and my little brother.
Well, he knows a little baseball, so...
he grew up as a youth a third baseman, wanting to be Mike Schmidt.
Okay, well, he knows baseball, and...
Compliments to the man from South Philadelphia?
Yeah, I wish someone would listen to him.
Carlos Castro back to the plate again. If you recall, back in the first inning, when Ryan Long singled, Castro was at the plate. Ryan Long went to go steal second and unfortunately was thrown out by the catcher, Morisano. So Castro has a new at-bat. He'll ground this ball softly to the pitcher. Throw over from McQueen. And the base umpire rules him out still, despite Levy dropping the ball after catching the ball at first base.
Yeah.
So there's one away on the 1-3 putout. Rob Calabrese to the plate, Staten Island native. He's batting .291 on the year. Attended University of Illinois Chicago, the same school as David Cronin. They both won the Horizon League championship when David was a senior and Calabrese was a junior. First pitch to Calabrese is a strike, and when talking to Calabrese about that championship team, he said 8 guys on that roster were drafted.
Wow, that's pretty good.
0-1, ground ball up the middle. There's a base hit. Second hit of the series for Calabrese.
And second hit of the game. Ryan Long got the first hit. Now Calabrese. Now let's have that little tough guy from Long Island. I mean, when he shook my hand, I mean, he has a tough forearm.
Yeah, well, Mike, he has his Instagram account, one of his social media accounts. He has a fitness account, and he posts his different workouts.
Oh, he does?
He is a big proponent in nutrition and fitness, and is arguably the strongest guy on the team and the most fit.
I would say he's strong. I know that. I wouldn't want to meet him in a dark alley.
Well, when you get to know him, as you did earlier today, he's a really nice guy to get to know.
I enjoyed him.
A 1-0. That's in the dirt for a ball. Count moves to 2-0 to Riz, our guy known as the Paisan on the team.
Yeah, both Ryan and Mike, they were so gentlemanlike. They come up and said hello, and yeah, I do appreciate it.
The 2-0. That pitch is also in the dirt, and I think what you told Mike in your conversation with him is, don't be afraid to take a strike at a 3-0 count. We'll see what the pitcher McQueen does right here. There's a runner on first, and Calabrese. The New York guys batting back-to-back in the lineup at 5 and 6. And there's a 4-pitch walk to Rizzatello. So runners on first and second for the Otters with 1 out.
Okay, and this is Mother Teresa's son. Is that
Correct.
right? Oh.
Jack Meggs. He was 2 for 4 yesterday with 2 singles. And with Mom in town, he's glad to see her.
Oh, yes, and we were too. She came up to the press box, and she said, oh, I'm Mother Teresa. And but then she mentioned, call her Mommy something, and I don't remember.
Mrs. T, Mother T.
Oh, Mother T. Okay, Mother T, that's what it was. Okay, Mother T. So you may call her Mother Teresa, I'll call her Mother T.
Okay, ground ball by Meggs. Unassisted it out right there from Wietrich, and he throws over to first in time for the 6-6-3 double play. Otters leave runners stranded as we head to the top of the third, and Bill, looks like Ashton Raines is going to enter the ball game. Mr. Hill's day is done.
Good call on Andy's part. I tell you what, I mean, that is a smart move.
We head to the top of the third, 1-0 Rascals to score, and you're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on the Otters Digital Network and 91.5 WUEV.
Why Old National Bank? Old National Bank began in 1834 with just one room and a passion for helping people prosper. Today, we are honored and grateful to be the financial partner for so many businesses, families, and individuals like you. From our commitment to safety and security to our promise of service that will exceed your expectations, we want to be your bank for life. Old National Bank, member FDIC.
The Evansville Otters would like to thank Sinorama Evansville for their support this season. Sinorama Evansville is a multi-application supplier of custom-made signs, banners, and decals in the tri-state. Located at 1300 North Royal Avenue in Evansville, Sinorama is open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. They can be reached by phone at 812-477-7763 and can be found online at sinorama.com/in-Evansville. Sinorama Evansville, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters Baseball. Dave Gwynn and Bill McCune here on the call. The Otters will go to the bullpen. A WOW call to the bullpen. WOW is the TV, phone, and internet provider here in the town of Evansville. WOW, the best double play deal in town.
Yeah.
The last time we saw Ashton Raines, the man from Ole Miss, was again in Austin Nicely's start on Thursday. Raines, the sidearm thrower, the right-hander, didn't do a bad job. He pitched a couple shutout innings.
He walked one in his last appearance. But anyway, he didn't give up any hits, and that's what counts. In the meantime, I'm happy that Andy made the change because, as I said to you, if he the starting pitcher had appeared in this inning and walked the first batter, I would have yanked him then. So Andy beat me to the punch. That's a smart move. I mean, unfortunately, Jacob Hill did not have it tonight. His best pitch was his off-speed curveball. He got it over for a strike. But his fastball and whatever else he had, he just had no control, no command.
So Raines from Bloomsburg University, my mistake, and he is a Wallingford, Pennsylvania native.
Yep.
And his walk-up song or his walkout song is Dude Looks Like a Lady by Aerosmith. And if you can't hear in Bossy Field, there are a lot of Disney songs being played as it is Prince and Princess Night here at the ballpark. Also appreciate the handful of fans here with their radios, whether in their ears or on their headset. A couple guys right in front of us. Hello to you, sir.
That's one of our local fans that is here nightly and always has his radio.
0-1, another called strike. Raines, he has that sidearm motion, but knows how to hit the corners. He's got an 0-2 count to Trevor Achenbaugh, who walked back in the first. Yesterday, Achenbaugh walked in the first two appearances in the first and the third inning, scored on 2 runs. The 0-2, way outside for a ball. Count moves to 1-2. And then in Achenbaugh's third at-bat yesterday, he had the 2-run RBI double that basically, if the game wasn't broken open already,
that sealed it.
He extended the lead to 8-1, which was the final last night.
That was the stamp.
The 1-2 to Achenbaugh. That is a breaking ball in the dirt. Not even a 2.
You know, this guy, Raines, is very deceiving. And it doesn't look like he's got much on it, but boy, I'm going to say he's probably close to 90 on his throws.
There's J.J. Gould who goes out to talk to him. I've always wondered, when a position player goes to the mound, what do they normally say?
Well, if you're throwing curveballs, I'm going to shade to third base because they're going to pull it. If you're throwing the fastball, I'm going to go up more to second base because that's going to be a later swing. Right there, strike 3.
Called strike 3 and out number 1.
That's what he was saying. Hey, I'm going to play a little fastball.
So if you notice, J.J. was shaded more towards third on that particular play, and looks like Raines threw the curveball on that pitch.
Yeah.
So out number 1, first time in an inning where the Otters they got out the first batter. Well, Cameron Este to the plate, the all-star right fielder. There's a breaking ball that's in the dirt. Count moves to 1-0.
Well, actually, Hill had a strikeout against Trevor. And he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 walks and 1 hit batter. Oh, my God, that's like last night. 6 walks and a hit batter. Wow.
2-0 the count quickly to Cameron Este, who's hitting .268 on the year. He was 0 for 4 yesterday with a hit by pitch and a run. The 2-0 from Raines. Swing and a miss on a fastball right there. Counted 2-1 with 1 out. Top of the third, 1-0 the score in favor of the Rascals.
If you notice this guy's batting stance, I do not like it. See where his right
It's very open, and then at the last second he'll close it. Right on the delivery.
Right.
That's a called strike 2 inside. Gets him at the knees, count even at 2.
See, now, as a catcher, I would call for fastballs around his knees or hips, because the stance that he's got when he opens up and then takes the stride, he's locking his hips up.
2-2. Check swing. Este doesn't bring his bat around. Count goes full with 1 out.
Right. He cannot open up his hips if you throw that inside with that batting stance he's got.
Raines with a deep breath on the mound. The right-hander from Wallingford, Pennsylvania, the payoff pitch. Ground ball to Carlos Castro. He'll touch the bag himself. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the third. Braxton Martinez to the plate. 4-6-3 double play. He grounded out in the first inning, but he was also credited with the RBI.
Yeah. And I said after that second double play, I know I said it to you, and I'll let the fans know what I said. I said the breaks are going Evansville's way, so therefore it's an Evansville win.
Well, we hope so.
I hope so, too. But, you know, when you have the bases loaded and get out of 2 jams the first 2 innings, hey.
1 run? They've allowed 1 run on no hits.
I know they got 1 run, but it was no outs at the time. So more damage could have been done. But we got out of that with 1 run, and the next inning we get out with no runs.
First pitch from Raines to Martinez, a called strike inside.
Yeah. Now, one of the nurses tonight is Deaconess Nurse Night or Family Night or something.
The Deaconess Hospital Night.
Hospital Night.
0-1 outside for a ball.
The other day when I was in the St. Vincent Hospital, the nurse that attended me was a Cassie, Kassie. She works both Deaconess and St. Vincent's, and she said, I'll be at the game.
This pitch is lifted in the air to left field. Back goes Meggs, and that'll be goodbye. Martinez tattoos that pitch over the fence in left field. That's a home run. Second home run hit by the Rascals in this series. It's 2-0 Rascals.
Did you watch Mr. Meggs out there? And,
took 2 steps and then just watched it go over the fence.
So in other words, it was really creamed. Yeah, just watch the outfielders, the way they react on a ball that's hit that good. And they tell you it's whether they've got a chance or it's over the fence.
Bring up Nolan Meadows, and he pops this pitch foul near the third base line. Now no one can locate it, and finally, J.J. Gould will record the out, the final out of the inning. Long couldn't locate it. Meggs couldn't find it. J.J. will catch it and fall on his backside for out number 3, but the Rascals extend their lead to 2 on the solo home run by Braxton Martinez. He has 3 RBIs in 2 games.
Right. He's got the first RBI last night, first RBI tonight.
And the second one.
And the second one.
We'll head to a quick commercial break. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
Since 1994, Slay's Restoration has been assisting tri-state residents clean up and restore their properties after disasters of all kinds. Located at 2121 Cotter Avenue in Evansville, Slay's Restoration offers assistance for water damage, fire and smoke damage, mold and biohazard mitigation, complete reconstruction, and much more. Slay's Restoration can be reached toll-free 24 hours a day at 1-888-776-8555. It can also be found online at slaysrestoration.com.
The local Pepsi bottling group features Pepsi Company products for distribution to retailers and vendors in the tri-state and would like to wish the Evansville Otters the best of luck in today's contest. The Pepsi bottling group has locations at 2605 West Marion Street in Marion, Illinois, 3081 Contronics Drive in Owensboro, Kentucky, and 11733 West Industrial Park Drive in Elberfeld, Indiana. Information on Pepsi products can be found online at PepsiCo.com. Pepsi, a proud supporter of the Evansville Otters.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters Baseball. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune here on the call. The score is Braxton Martinez 2 and the Otters 0. Braxton Martinez, the third baseman for the River City Rascals, has the first and second RBIs today. Hit a solo home run moments ago, and he had a RBI ground out in the first. He also had an RBI single yesterday in the first inning. First pitch to Justin Irby is way over his head. He had to duck. That count moves to a 1-0. Next pitch to Irby is a strike outside corner.
Beautiful curveball.
Count even at 1 to Irby, making his
seventh
appearance. Swing and a miss. Count now at 1-2 to Justin Irby, the man from Virginia Beach, Virginia. The 1-2 to Irby. High and outside. Evens the count at 2 with no outs. So it'll be Irby, then J.J. Gould, the shortstop. Then to the top of the order, and David Cronin for the Otters. The 2-2. Lifted in the air to center field, and that will drop for a base hit. It's Irby's 5th hit on the year. Now a leadoff base runner here for the Otters. J.J. Gould to the plate. Go ahead. You're going to say something, Bill?
No, I would say it wouldn't be a nice bunting situation. Move that runner over. Look at the third baseman. You're down by 2. Play a little baseball, small ball.
Throw over to first. Not in time.
I was thinking of Tom Siebert last night when I went home, and Tom Siebert, when he was pitching, the other team used to say, well, we'll bunt the runners because you don't get many chances with him, so take advantage of every bunt you can.
This next first pitch is in the dirt to J.J. Gould. J.J. hitting 189 on the year, 0 for 3 yesterday with a hit by pitch. Irby on first. He will now slide back there, gets back in time. Count moves to still 1-0 to J.J. Gould, the man from Florida. Attended Florida State his freshman year at college. Then went to a junior college for his sophomore year in the state of Florida. The 1-0. Morisano does not throw down to first. Irby gets back there safely. It's a 2-0 count to J.J. Gould. And then after a year of junior college, J.J. attended Jacksonville University for his junior and senior years. McQueen agrees with the pitch, the 2-0. That pitch is down the line, foul on the third base side. Count moves to 2-1.
I'd like to make a comment. Mother T come up here and congratulated not only you and I, but she made reference to OND, the Otter Digital Network, how great it is to be able to watch the game and she's out there in Washington.
Oh, my father and my mom watch it. The Cronins watch it on YouTube as well. The called strike 2 to J.J. Gould right down the heart of the plate. Evens the count at 2. No outs. Irby on first with a single. Otters have 3 hits, no runs. The Rascals have 2 runs on 1 hit. Irby goes. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second is not in time. J.J. Gould trots to the Otters dugout. There's one away. Strikeout to J.J. Gould, thrown by Travis McQueen, the pitcher. Advancing to second base on a successful stolen base is Justin Irby. So the Otters have a runner in scoring position with 1 out.
It caught Marciano, the catcher, off guard, and he threw that to second base on his knees because, again, he was in a bad position. He didn't expect even the run. So as a catcher, you got to be ready to throw to second on every pitch.
First pitch to David Cronin is bouncing in the dirt for a ball. Count moves to 1-0. Dave was probably the most productive Otter yesterday in the 8-1 loss. He was 3 for 4 with 2 singles, a double, and a fielder's choice. So in 5 of his at-bats, he reached on base 4 times.
And he got robbed tonight by the man that's on there on third base who just hit the home run.
Martinez. So it looks like the Frontier League have 2 really good third basemen heading to the All-Star game.
Where's Martinez from? Let's see.
St. Peters, Missouri.
Oh, maybe his parents may go or not.
Ground ball on a hop. Wietrich throws over to first in time, but Cronin does a good job in advancing Irby to third. There's 2 outs after the ground out here from David Cronin. Keith Griesaber to the plate, going up against his former team. There's a handful of these River City Rascals from spring training, where he started his 2019 professional career, was cut in during spring training, but has made a nice home here in Evansville. This pitch is in the air to center field, and that will be caught. Hearn on his horse gets the out number 3. Otters leave another runner stranded, this time Irby at third. The Otters left 11 men on base yesterday as we head to the top of the 4th. 2-0 Rascals to score. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
SRG Global, a Guardian company, would like to wish the Evansville Otters the best of luck in today's contest. Founded in 1932, SRG Global is one of the world's largest manufacturers of chrome-plated plastic parts for the automotive, commercial truck, and household appliance industry. Located locally at 601 North Congress Avenue in Evansville, SRG Global can be found online at srgglobal.com. They can also be reached in Evansville by phone at 812-477-6151.
The pizza brick road always goes to Tyroni's. I'm in the mood for pizza and I'm ready to go. The pizza brick road goes to Tyroni's. So follow me down the pizza brick road. Road down to Tyroni's. The pizza brick road. The pizza brick road always goes to Tyroni's.
Injuries are inevitable. It doesn't matter if you're playing baseball, walking the dog, or falling from a ladder. Injuries happen. When they do, Tri-State Orthopedics offers treatment for sprains, strains, and fractures by medical specialists. Tri-State Orthopedics is located at 225 Cross Lake Drive in Evansville, just north of the Lloyd and I-164. Tri-State Orthopedics can be reached by phone at 812-477-1558. Its urgent care line is 812-474-OUCH. Tri-State Orthopedics, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters Baseball. Dave DeWitt and Bill McCune on the call. After Justin Irby lit off with a single, he got the third and unfortunately did not score. It remains at 2-0 in favor of River City over Evansville. Dave DeWitt and Bill McCune here on the call. We're in the top of the 4th. J.D. Hearn, the man who hit the grand slam yesterday, is up to the plate. He rips this one right at J.J. Gould for out number 1. Good play there by J.J. Zach Levy to the plate. He was 0 for 2 yesterday with a fielder's choice and a strikeout. First pitch from Raines, ground ball at J.J. Gould. Throws it over to first. 2 pitches, 2 outs for Ashton Raines. I got to tell you, J.J. plays a really good glove out there at shortstop. Morisano, the catcher to the plate, did not play yesterday. He's hitting .231 on the year with 6 RBIs and 15 hits. Raines, the first pitch to Morisano, as a ball outside. Count at 1-0. The 1-0 from Raines. Called strike right there in the inside corner, right around the knees. Count even at 1.
Raines throws strikes, and that's what you want.
The 1-1. That's in the dirt, right around the feet of Morisano. Count moves to 2-1. Time is called. Well, Bill, I don't know if you've ever heard of this before, but today on June 29th, 1916, the Chicago Cubs and Cincinnati Reds played a 9-inning game with just 1 baseball.
Unbelievable.
I don't know how that is almost impossible to have 1 baseball throughout the whole game.
If the ball went in the stands, they must have returned it.
I guess so.
Here, everybody keeps the ball.
2-2 the count, 2 outs. Top of the 4th, 2-0 Rascals. Breaking pitch from Raines goes outside. Count moves to 3-2.
I saw the most unusual thing in Orlando. The Twins were, I don't remember who the Twins were playing, but the Twins were playing somebody in Orlando, Florida.
And payoff pitch from Raines is ball 4 high around the letters. So with 2 outs, another base runner, Morisano was hit by a pitch in the 2nd. He walks today in the 4th.
Anyway, the guy hit a home run. It went up into the netting and came back on the field. And left fielder picked it up, threw it back in, gave it to the pitcher, and he used it. And the next batter hit one again, hit the netting again, and they used it. Whether the umpire was asleep or not, I don't know, but I never seen that before. 2 home runs in the same ball.
Check swing, and it's a soft grounder to the 3rd. Long hustles and won't be able to make a play.
Good.
Wietrich has an infield single.
Right, good play on Ryan's part, because there's no way he would have thrown that runner out. So you eat the ball.
I think it was one of those, the oopsie swing, where he checks in and it just happens to roll fair down the third base line?
And stayed fair, yeah. Just trickled down.
So now runners on 1st and 2nd for the Rascals. 2 outs. We go back to the top of the order again. Penner to the plate. He is 0 for 1 today. He grounded out into the 6-4-3 double play in the 2nd that ended the inning. 1-0 the count, and he also walked and scored a run on the RBI double play ground out by Braxton Martinez. 1-0 the count. Raines checks the runner at 2nd. He'll throw. And that pitch to home is a strike. Count even at 1. Strike at the knees. 2 outs, top of the 4th. Raines, the man from Wallingford, Pennsylvania. Standing on the left side of the rubber This 1-1 pitch is way inside, belt high. Count moves to 2-1. Runner at second, and Morisano, the catcher, he walked. Wietrich, the batter at first. It was that trickle-down single down the third base line that Ryan Long was not able to make a play. Called strike on the outside corner, evens the count at 2. Fastball right there from Raines.
You know, last night we talked about 8 runs and 5 hits. Here tonight they've got 2 runs on 2 hits. The Otters got no runs on 3 hits. And again, the Otters are out hitting them.
2-2. That's a fly ball to right field, and that's going to drop for a base hit. Rounding third and scoring is Morisano. Stopping at third is Wietrich. An RBI single for Andrew Penner. 3-0 Rascals. You talked about playing small ball. That's exactly what the Rascals are doing right now.
You win a lot of games. I think it was, I'm going to say 1957 Chicago White Sox won the pennant with Aparicio and them at short and Nellie Fox, and that's all they did is bunt and hit singles.
Achenbach to the plate. He struck out today, but this is a dangerous man at the plate with runners in scoring position. First pitch is a swing and a miss. Good breaking ball there from Raines. Count at 0-1. The man from Billings, Montana made his first All-Star game appearance. Or will be making his first All-Star game appearance. Batting .292 on the year. The 0-1. The called strike right down the heart of the plate. Moves the count to 0-2. See, Calabrese makes a signal to the infield. I guess telling everyone to settle down or realize that you can have a double play at second, or because there's 2 outs, play at second base or first. This is a ground ball foul behind the catcher, Calabrese. Count remains at 0-2 with 2 outs. 3-0 Rascals to score. They have scored in 3 of the first 4 innings. Calabrese now stands up and makes a signal to the infield. Operating as a general, as you would say, right, Bill?
That's the catcher is the general.
0-2 the count, 2 outs, runners on the corners for the Rascals. The 0-2 from Raines will lift this in the air, and that will drop for a base hit in the left center field. Scoring is Wietrich, an RBI single for Achenbach. It's now 4-0 River City.
Number 18, right fielder Cameron Este.
Este, the all-star right fielder, 0 for 4 yesterday. He's 0 for 1 today. He walked back in the first inning.
You were commenting earlier, how many of these guys are on the all-star team?
For the Rascals?
Yeah.
3.
So we've got 4, they've got 3.
Yes. Pop up in the air. Left field. Meggs makes the catch. And that will end the inning. The Rascals add 2 more. Extend their lead to 4. We're in the bottom of the 4th. 4-0 Rascals. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
This summer, the Frontier League heads to the Big Apple as its brightest stars battle the Can-Am League's finest in the historic first-ever Frontier League Can-Am League All-Star Celebration. It's July 9th and 10th in beautiful Rockland County, nestled in New York City's suburbs. Slide to rocklandboulders.com for tickets and lodging information to see the best baseball stars shine in New York. Again, visit rocklandboulders.com and show support for your team in the Frontier League Can-Am League All-Star Game.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811. Brought to you by Indiana 811.
The Evansville Otters would like to thank the Evansville Courier and Press for their support and coverage of Otters baseball. The Evansville Courier and Press provides news, sports, and weather coverage to the Tri-State, both in a print and online edition. The Evansville Courier and Press can be found online at courierandpress.com, as well as on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. The Evansville Courier and Press, a member of the Journal Media Group.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters Baseball. Dave DeWin, Bill McCune here on the call. Ryan Long to the plate. Otters down by a score of 4-0. Travis McQueen on the mound for the Rascals. First pitch to Ryan Long, outside for a ball. Count moves to 1-0. Long has the first hit of the day for the Otters back in the first inning, but then he was thrown out at second. He was caught stealing. There's a strike outside to Ryan Long. It's that pitch that he thinks is a ball.
Right.
And that's why he doesn't swing.
I tell you what, he's a fine young man, and his parents certainly are proud of him.
This pitch is fouled behind home plate. Count moves to 1-2.
Yeah, there's nothing more rewarding than to have your son, have your parents be proud of your son, you know, and his parents are proud of this kid.
Swing and a miss for Ryan Long. That's a strikeout and out number one.
See, that's the pitch. If you notice, he does not get a good swing. He gets like a three-quarter swing, and then he pulls the bat up because, I don't know.
Carlos Castro, the all-star first baseman for the Otters, heads to the plate. And when he heads to New York, he'll be able to see his mom, who's living in Manhattan. First pitch is down the right field line, and that'll be foul as it bounces on the Otters bullpen on the first base side. Count it 0-1 to Carlos. Oh, 0-1 to count to Castro. McQueen fires the 0-1. Swing and a miss. That's a high fastball from Travis McQueen. Counted 0-2 to Castro.
Castro likes those. Carlos likes those high inside pitches. He jumped on one the last time at bat, but that was over the plate, way outside of his strike zone.
0-2 is chopped foul down the third base line. Count remains at 0-2. There's a Let's Go Otters chant here in the ballpark. Otters have no runs on 3 hits. The Rascals have 4 runs on 4 hits. The 0-2 to Carlos will be fouled once more. It's that high fastball. This time it was inside. Count remains at 0-2 with 1 out. The native of La Romana of the Dominican Republic. Played in the Atlanta Braves organization from 2012 to 2017. The 0-2 will be lifted in the air to right field, and that'll be foul. Bounced over the fence in foul territory on the right field line. Count remains at 0-2. Some people in the crowd here wanted a solo home run, as the Otters weren't able to have much of them yesterday. Much runs, let alone a home run.
The Otters haven't hit many home runs within the last maybe 2 weeks. I mean, one time they were bang, banging, banging. But Carlos is the last one. I guess Calabrese's home run over the center field wall, and the Calabrese's and And Carlos's fly ball for a home run over the left field wall. That's it.
The 0-2. That's inside. Count moves to 1-2, and to be quite honest with you, some of the pitches that Carlos has fouled off were going to be ruled a ball, especially the ones that are high and inside.
Oh, yeah.
The 1-2 to Castro. Ground ball foul once more. So McQueen has 32 strikes, 16 balls so far in this game. 3 1/3 innings pitched. Came in with a 4.33 ERA. 28 strikeouts through 35 1/3 innings pitched. The 1-2 to Castro. Chopper in front of the pitcher's mound will
beat it
row
out.
the
He'll
shortstop.
beat it out. Beat it out.
And he does, Bill. Infield single for Carlos Castro. Another one-out base hit for the Otters.
Anytime a ball gets by a pitcher, it's a slow roller like that was. A shortstop or second baseman has to come in. There's no way. I'm talking about an average player, not someone like me that, 4.5, 4.6 to get to first base. I mean, I'd probably be thrown out, but normal speed, it's a base hit for anybody.
Calabrese to the plate. He's 1 for 1 today. Had a single in the second. And what we thought the Otters would have a chance to score him. He advanced to second, but that's as far as he went in the second inning. Meggs grounded out into the 6-6-3 double play back in the second to end the threat.
Well, we've had runners on third, but just didn't bring him home.
Castro on first. He singled moments ago. The 1-0 would be bouncing in front of home plate for a ball. Count moves at 2-0 to the Tottenville native. Played for the Augusta Green Jackets last year in the San Francisco Giants organization. Graduate of University of Illinois Chicago, home of the Flames. Teammates with Otters second baseman David Cronin. The 2-0. Ground ball foul down the third base line. And Bill, you talk about it all the time, but I want to recognize it again that there are a lot of faithful fans here and a lot of loyal fans here in Bosse Field. They're just trying to chant for their Otters to try to put a run across the plate.
Well, let me say this, Dave. I've been up here in the broadcast booth for 10 years now.
The 2-1. There'll be a little dribbler down the first base line. McQueen touches the first base bag himself, and that'll be an unassisted out for out number 2.
Anyway, for 10 years, I look down, and the people I greet coming into the ballpark and meet after the game, they're the same people 10 years. They're here every night, every year. They're really loyal fans. They love the Otters.
To bring up Mike Rizzatello, one of our favorite guys. I spoke to him earlier today. We'll hear his podcast later next week. First pitch to Riz in the dirt. Count at 1-0.
I'd like to see Mike get a base hit, bring in that run. The Otters need to get on the board.
So, if you can recall, the Otters acquired Rizzatello in the trade with when they sent Josh Allen to the St. Paul Saints. He rips this one to the shortstop. Can't handle it, and Rizzatello will get to first. There's an overthrow at third. Castro comes in to score. An error on the play. Otters on the board.
And that is a base hit for Mike. However, no RBI because of the error. But it's a base hit.
So Castro comes home. He went to third, and there's an overthrow on the play. Castro will touch home. As you motioned moments ago, no RBI.
No RBI on the error. But a base hit. That's it counts. His hit caused an error, and so it's an RBI. within his listing, but not official.
Jack Meggs to the plate. Mom in attendance. There's 2 outs.
And he hit the ball pretty good last time up.
He ripped it to shortstop. It was just a great play there by Wheatrick.
Yeah.
Meggs from Sammamish, Washington, played in the Oakland Athletics organization last year. Throw over to first.
Mike.
Not in time.
Too big of a lead, Mike. Be careful.
The hometown where Meggs is from is Sammamish. It's located outside of Seattle. 1-0 the count to Meggs. McQueen will check first once more. Throw over is not in time. Count remains at 1-0 to Jack Meggs.
I bet Bunny's down there saying, hey, Mike, I got to clean these uniforms after the game. Be careful. Benny used to be the bat boy.
And he just got married.
Oh, he did?
Yes. Fly ball, foul territory down the third base line. Martinez will not make the catch. It is a foul ball. The ball bounced out of his glove at the last second. Meggs, like the Bee Gees, stays alive.
That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable. And the funny thing is, where was Riscantelli? He was on third base. Unbelievable.
He thought it was going to be an easy pop-up.
Yeah, right. But, I mean, he hustled from first to third, and a fly ball that was dropped on the foul side of the line in that left field.
Steve Brook, the manager for the Rascals, goes out to the mound to talk to his starting pitcher, Travis McQueen. McQueen coming into this outing 2-0 in the year with an ERA of 4.33. 8 games appeared, 6 of them starts, and 35.1 innings pitched. He has 28 strikeouts and 11 walks. Earned a win last week, throwing 5 innings of 1-run baseball in a 5-3 win against the Joliet Slammers. And that game, he allowed 3 hits and 3-1 strikeout. 1-1 the count. Meggs shows bunt, pulls his bat back. This pitch soars into the outfield. Stealing second and on his way to third is Mike Rizzatello. Now, as a catcher, Bill, you've thrown down to second base plenty of time. Have you ever seen a play like that?
Chances are he didn't have a grip on the ball. And that's the only explanation I've got. Because that ball just floated up in the air. It must have went up 30 feet in the air and then just dropped. So apparently he had the gun cocked, but he
didn't fire with accuracy.
It was a blank.
So stolen base E2, so a couple errors have extended this inning. There are 2 errors in this particular inning. Meggs with a 1-2 count. Otters on the board. There's an error that allowed Carlos Castro to touch home plate. 1-2 is a ground ball to the third base side. Martinez will gather himself, throws it over to first. Otters get on the board in what was a wild 4th inning. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on the Otters Digital Network and 91.5 WUEV.
GD Ritzy's is a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball. GD Ritzy's menu features hamburgers, grilled chicken sandwiches, old-fashioned peanut butter and jelly, and ice cream. With 3 Evansville locations: west at 4810 University Drive, on the north side at 4320 North 1st Avenue, and on the east side at 601 North Green River Road. GD Ritzy's is open from 10 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Sunday through Thursday, and 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. GD Ritzy's, a proud supporter of the Evansville Otters.
Heritage Federal Credit Union has 7 full-service branches branches in both Evansville and Newburgh, serving more than 38,000 members. Membership is open to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Vanderburgh or Warwick County. Heritage Federal Credit Union offers mortgage and consumer loans, checking and savings accounts, as well as online banking for members. Heritage Federal Credit Union can be reached toll-free by phone at 1-800-858-1693. It can also be found online at hfcu.info.
The Hoosier Lottery began selling lottery tickets on October 13, 1989. Since then, the Hoosier Lottery has offered hundreds of different games, awarded prizes to millions of players, and given billions of dollars to the state of Indiana. The Hoosier Lottery's mission is to responsibly provide innovative and entertaining lottery games for the benefit of the citizens of Indiana. To learn more about the Hoosier Lottery, visit them online at HoosierLottery.com. The Hoosier Lottery, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of Evansville Otters baseball on 91.5 FM WUEV Evansville.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters baseball. Dave and Wynn here on the call. Top of the fifth, 4-1 the score in favor of the Rascals. The Otters scored their first run of the game. There's an error by the shortstop, Wietrick, that allowed Castro to touch home plate. Ashton Raines back on the mound for the Otters. First pitch is outside for a ball to Braxton Martinez, who is responsible for 2 of the 4 runs scored by River City. The 1-0, that's a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. Martinez had the RBI ground out, a 4-6-3 double play in the first inning, and then he had a solo home run in the third. 1-1 the count to Martinez. And the pitch is low and away for a ball. Count moves to 2-1. Martinez also has made some spectacular defensive plays in the infield. The 2-1 from Raines. It's a fastball on the outside corner for strike 2. Raines from Wallingford, PA, attended Bloomsburg University, making his second appearance as an Otter. Takes a deep breath on the mound. From the left side of the rubber, he'll fire the 2-2. This is foul ball down the first base line. Count even at 2. No outs. Top of the fifth. It is Prince and Princess Night here at Bossy Field, very popular amongst the children. Prince and princesses such as Cinderella and Snow White in attendance. The 2-2 is fouled behind the backstop. Also Princess Jasmine. Martinez hitting .289 on the year. 1 for 2 with the solo home run. The 2-2. Inside, count now full. Yesterday, Martinez was 2 for 3. He had an RBI, single. He had a double, a walk, and a run scored. The payoff pitch from Raines. Ground ball down the third base line. Long will field it and throws over to first. And it's going to be called a foul ball, but Ryan Long, smart play right there to make sure that play was foul. Threw it over to first in time just to make sure, or to think that ball was fair. 3-2 the count to Braxton Martinez. Raines kicks and fires the payoff pitch. That hits him. So another hit batsman in this game. That's the second hit batsman today by the Otters. Nolan Meadows, the DH, to the plate. Meadows hitting .257 on the year. He was 0 for 5 yesterday with a strikeout. Runner on first and Martinez. He's been on base twice in this game. Open stance from Nolan Meadows. He'll close it right now. This is a called strike right down the heart of the plate. Count moves to 0-1. On deck will be J.D. Hearn, the man who hit the grand slam yesterday. Basically broke the game open in the 8-1 victory for River City. 0-1 inside for a ball. Count even at 1 to Nolan Meadows. Meadows played for the New Jersey Jackals last year. He hails from San Pedro, California. Next pitch is a breaking ball in the dirt from Raines. He throws that sidearm motion. Count moves to 2-1. No outs, runner at first. Rascals have 4 runs on 4 hits. The Otters have 1 run on 5 hits. The Otters yesterday had 1 run on 10 hits, while the Rascals had 8 runs on 5 hits. Raines the 2-1. Ground ball softly to the pitcher's mound. To second for 1. To first. In time. The 1-6-3 double play. Good job there by Ashton Raines to not only field the ball, but he was able to concentrate and throw the ball in time to J.J. Gould at second for the force out, and then J.J. threw a strike to Castro at first to get the double play. That is the 3rd double play the Otters have turned in this game. J.D. Hearn to the plate, 0 for 1 today with a walk. Two quick outs. The first pitch to Hearn is a ball outside. Count moves to 1-0. Hearn walked back in the second, and then he flew out to J.J. Gould on a line drive back in the 4th. The 1-0, called strike on the outside corner. Curveball there from Raines. Count even at 1 with 2 outs. Hearn played for the Rascals last year. He hails from Campbell, California. The 1-1 doesn't bring his bat around home plate. Thought about it. Count moves to 2-1 as that pitch was low and away. Raines, the Wallingford, Pennsylvania native, trying to get the Otters out of the inning. The 2-1 will be fouled behind home plate. Evens the count at 2 with 2 outs. Here in the top of the 5th, 4-1, Rascals to score. They had an RBI ground out by Braxton Martinez, then a solo home run by Martinez, then RBI singles from Andrew Penner and Trevor Achenbach. The 2-2 will be slashed foul down the first base line. Castro on his hustle and will not be able to get to the ball in time as that bounced foul off the fence down the first base line. Count even at 2, 2 outs, top of the 5th. Starter for the Otters, Jacob Hill, went 2 innings. He allowed 1 run on 5 walks and a strikeout. Raines came in the 3rd. We're here in the 5th. The 2-2 lifted in the air to center field. Going back is Griesaber, and that goes off the top of the wall in right center field. Going into second base standing with a double is J.D. Hearn. First hit of today, 3rd at bat is the charm for Hearn. He'll extend the inning and bring up the first baseman, Zach Levy. Levy is 0 for 2 today with 2 groundouts. Levy started the year on the injured list. Will be appearing in his 11th game tonight. Raines checks the runner at second, the first pitch. That's inside, belt high. Count at 1-0. Levy hitting .250 on the year. 0 for 2 yesterday with a fielder's choice. The 1-0 from Rains. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball there. Count even at 1 with 2 outs. Great crowd on hand tonight at Bosse Field, the 3rd oldest baseball stadium in America. One the count. Rains checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. Called strike on the outside corner for strike 2. Count at 1-2, 2 outs. Runner on second. 4-1. Rascals the score. 4 runs on 5 hits for River City. 1 run on 5 hits for the Otters. Rains takes a deep breath. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout to end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Otters down by a score of 4-1. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Chapter 16, would like to take time to say, Go Otters! The IBEW Local 16's jurisdiction includes 13 counties in southwestern Indiana, as well as Wabash County in Illinois. Its members are divided into several categories of electrical work, including inside construction, maintenance electric, residential wiring, and sign classifications. More information on IBEW Local 16 can be found online at IBEW16.net.
The Tri-State Area Marathon service stations are proud supporters of the Evansville Otters. Marathon has over 5,100 Marathon-branded stations nationwide, and a full list of area Marathon stations and a list of daily gas prices are available online at mymarathonstation.com. Marathon provides products which support commercial, industrial, and retail operations. Marathon's slogan is Fueling the American Spirit.
This Evansville Otters broadcast is made possible through support from New Image Travel. New Image Travel provides motor coach charter service to the United States and Canada with pickup within a 150-mile radius of Evansville. A full list of New Image Travel's offerings can be found online at newimagecharter.com. New Image Travel can be reached toll-free at 1-800-432-6213. New Image Travel, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters Baseball. Dave Nguyen here on the call. We're here in the bottom of the 5th. Otters down by a score of 4-1. Otters have 1 run on 5 hits. One of those hits coming up from Justin Irby. Irby's 1 for 1 with a single. He was stranded at third, back in the 3rd. First pitch to Irby is swung and a chopper over to third. Martinez handles it and throws it over to first in time for out number 1. Martinez has done an excellent job both at the plate and at third base today. It'll bring up J.J. Gould, who has turned 2 of the 3 double plays in the infield for the Otters today. He struck out back in the 3rd. He's 0 for 1. McQueen, the pitcher, he fires the first pitch. That's a called strike right down the heart of the plate. Count moves at 0-1 to J.J. Gould. Gould hitting 189 on the year. Next pitch is lifted in the air to center field, and that will drop for a base hit. Another one-out base hit for the Otters. It'll bring up the top of the order and David Cronin. One and 2 today for J.J. Gould. He struck out in the 3rd. He singled moments ago. Cronin to the plate. He's 0 for 2 today. Hitting 280 on the year. Throw over to first is not in time. The Florida native gets back there safely at first. Cronin has 44 hits on the year, batting .280. First pitch to the Orland Park, Illinois native is outside. He shows bunt, then pulls his bat back. It's a 1-0 count as that pitch was a ball. On deck will be the birthday boy, Keith Griesaber. Keith playing center field for the first time this season. 1-0 the count to Cronin. The next pitch is in the dirt for a ball. Cronin, a big Chicago Cubs fan growing up. Lives on the south side of Chicago when not here in Evansville. And if you live on the south side of Chicago, that is near the White Sox Stadium. The 2-0. Lifted in the air to center field. Going back is Hearn. And he'll make the catch for out number 2. Bring up Keith Griesaber celebrating his birthday today. Batting .265 on the year. Keith is 0 for 2 today. Runner on first base, J.J. Gould, he singled moments ago. 4-1 the score in favor of the Rascals. Throw over to first is not in time. Rascals have 4 runs on 5 hits. They also have 3 errors. Otters have 1 run on 6 hits. First pitch to Keith. Called strike. Right around the knees. Count moves to 0-1. The 0-1 to Griesaber. This pitch is fouled back late. Count at 0-2. So you can hear in the background there are a handful of Disney songs being played today as it is Prince and Princess night here at the ballpark. And the dirt, the behind home plate, as McQueen will set for the 0-2. It's a ball low and away. The dirt surrounding Bossy Field behind home plate is sprinkled with, I don't want to say pixie dust, but it is a bright white substance that makes the dirt look colorful. Swing and a miss there for Griesaber. That will be strike 3 and out number 3 to end the inning. We'll head to the top of the 6th. 4-1 Rascals to score. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on the Otters Digital Network and 91.5 WUEV.
Why Old National Bank? Old National Bank began in 1834 with just 1 room and a passion for helping people prosper. Today, we are honored and grateful to be the financial partner for so many businesses, families, and individuals like you. From our commitment to safety and security to our promise of service that will exceed your expectations, we want to be your bank for life. Old National Bank, member FDIC.
The Evansville Otters would like to thank Sinorama Evansville for their support this season. Sinorama Evansville is a multi-application supplier of custom-made signs, banners, and decals in the tri-state. Located at 1300 North Royal Avenue in Evansville, Sinorama is open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. They can be reached by phone at 812-477-7763 and can be found online at sinorama.com/in-Evansville. Sinorama Evansville, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
The Tin Fish Restaurant is located at 707 State Street in Newburgh, Indiana. Independently owned and operated, the Tin Fish menu featured salads and sandwiches, as well as seafood platters and combos, and seafood burritos, tacos, and burgers. The Tin Fish Restaurant is open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. They can be reached by phone at 812-490-7000. Visit them online at tinfishnewburgh.com. The Tin Fish Restaurant, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
Another smooth intro as we head to the top of the 6th inning here at Bosse Field. Dave Nguyen here on the call. To the plate will be the catcher, James Morisano, followed by Tanner Wheatrick, the shortstop, and then the top of the order, and Andrew Penner. So 8, 9, and 1 in the Rascals batting order. Ashton Raines back on the mound for the Otters. The right-hander from Wallingford, PA. His first pitch is a foul ball down the third base line. Count at 0-1. Morisano hitting .231 on the year. He has 15 hits, 6 RBIs. The 0-1. Foul ball and diving and not making the play, but a great attempt there by Carlos Castro in foul territory on the first base line. Count moves to 0-2. Cronin and Castro talking back and forth out there, probably saying good attempt there. Castro brushes the dirt off his pants. Count moves to 0-2. Carlos knows he probably could have had that one. Morisano also has 6 RBIs on the year. 0-2 the count. The pitch will be low and away at the knees. Count even. The count goes to 1-2. The pitch. Foul once more in front of the dugout on the third base side of the Rascals. Count remains at 1-2. No outs, top of the 6th. Taking a deep breath on the mound is Raines. He fires the 1-2. Lifted in the air to center field. Grease Aber will come under it, and now Irby says he's got it and makes the catch for out number 1. F9 on the putout, and we'll bring up the Tanner Wheatrick, the shortstop. Wheatrich, 1 for 1 today with a single and a run scored. He also walked. Singled back in the 4th. Scored on the Trevor Achenbach RBI single. First pitch from Raines is outside for a ball. Count moves to 1-0. Wheatrick walked back in the 2nd, appearing in his 5th game of the season. The 1-0 is outside for a ball. Count moves to 2-0, and Wheatrick is filling in for the injured Artemis Kadkodian. Probably one of my favorite names in this Frontier League. The 2-0 to Wheatrick is a called strike. Good breaking ball there from Ashton Raines. Count moves to 2-1. Artemis Kadkodian was just put on the injured list of the River City Rascals. He is their shortstop. The 2-1. Check swing. And the home plate umpire, Phil Kundle, says that Wheatrick did not bring his bat around. Well, now he does. Count even at 2. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. High strikeout. The high fastball gets Wheatrick for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. We head to the top of the order in Andrew Penner. Penner is 1 for 2 today. He has reached base twice. He walked and scored a run in the 1st. Then he singled, an RBI single back in the 4th. Grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in the 2nd. Raines fires his 1-0 pitch, and it'll be just drifting foul down the first base line. Looks like there's going to be action in the Otters bullpen as the 6'8" man from Faulkner University in Alabama, Jacob Holcher, will start to loosen up. 1-1 the count to Andrew Penner, the leadoff hitter, playing left field today. Calabrese would take off his mask, dictate instructions to the infield. Long at third, Gould at shortstop, and Cronin at second. Both of them are playing on the edge of the outfield grass. Called strike on the outside corner from Raines to Andrew Penner for strike 2. Raines with another deep breath on the mound. Kicks and fires the 1-2. Ground ball, and that will be over the head. A base hit over the head of Cronin. A 2-out hit for the Rascals. Handful of times they've done that one today. Trevor Achenbach to the plate, native of Billings, Montana.
Number 16, second baseman, Trevor
Achenbach is 1 for 2 today with a single and a strikeout. He also walked back in the first. He advanced to third back in the first inning. Raines with a deep breath will step off the mound, calls time. Well, today in 1923, the Brooklyn's Jack Fournier went 6 for 6 with a home run, 2 doubles, and 3 singles. The Dodgers beat the Philadelphia Phillies at the time by a score of 14-5. Jack Fournier of the Brooklyn Dodgers back in 1923. Oh, 0-1 the count. Raines from the belt. Kicks and fires the 0-1. That would be a line drive over the head of Gould, and that will drop slowly for a base hit. Back-to-back singles after there were 2 outs in the inning. 2 outs to the first 2 batters of the inning. But Penner, Achenbach, Este, and Martinez have hit the ball extremely well throughout the season. Este to the plate. He's the all-star right fielder, hitting .268 on the year. 2 outs. Runners on first and second for River City. Raines another deep breath on the mound. Also, Anthony Arias, the left-hander, will warm up as well. Called strike from home plate umpire Phil Kundle. Count moves to 0-1. Raines from the left side of the rubber. The Wallingford, PA native checks the runner at second, to 0-1. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball there from Ashton Raines. Count moves to 0-2. Arias, the lefty, warming up in the pen for the Otters. Este at the plate. 0 for 2 today with a walk. Pitch is low in the dirt for a ball. Count moves to 1-2 with 2 outs. Este played in the Washington Nationals Single-A team last year. He is from Lake Charles, Louisiana. Born on the Bayou. The 1-2 ripped right at Cronin for out number 3. The Rascals leave a couple runners stranded as we head to the bottom of the 6th. 4-1, Rascals the score. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
Since 1994, Slays Restoration has been assisting tri-state residents clean up and restore their properties after disasters of all kinds. Located at 2121 Cotter Avenue in Evansville, Slays Restoration offers assistance for water damage, fire and smoke damage, mold and biohazard mitigation, complete reconstruction, and much more. Slays Restoration can be reached toll-free 24 hours a day at 1-888-776-8555. It can also be found online at slaysrestoration.com.
The local Pepsi bottling group features Pepsi Company products for distribution to retailers and vendors in the tri-state and would like to wish the Evansville Otters the best of luck in today's contest. The Pepsi bottling group has locations at 2605 West Marion Street in Marion, Illinois, 3081 Contronics Drive in Owensboro, Kentucky, and 11733 West Industrial Park Drive in Elberfeld, Indiana. Information on Pepsi products can be found online at PepsiCo.com. Pepsi, a proud supporter of the Evansville Otters.
SRG Global, a Guardian company, would like to wish the Evansville Otters the best of luck in today's contest. Founded in 1932, SRG Global is one of the world's largest manufacturers of chrome-plated plastic parts for the automotive, commercial truck, and household appliance industry. Located locally at 601 North Congress Avenue in Evansville, SRG Global can be found online at srgglobal.com. They can also be reached in Evansville by phone at 812-477-6151.
Start me up with a couple of runs. The Otters are down by a score of 4-1 as we head to the bottom of the sixth. Dave Dwin here on the call. Ryan Long to the plate. Takes a first pitch strike on the outside corner. Count at 0-1 will be Ryan Long, Carlos Castro, and Rob Calabrese. Batters 3, 4, and 5. Also, 3 of the 4 All-Stars for the Otters this year. The 0-1 to Long. Ground ball foul in front of the Otters dugout on the first base side. Count moves to 0-2 to Ryan Long, the Crandall, Texas native. Wipes the sweat off the top of his forehead. Man from Crandall, Texas knows what it's like. He's experienced Texas heat, the 0-2, and the dirt for a ball. When talking to Long in the dugout earlier, if you recall the movie Friday Night Lights, basically a depiction of what high school football is like in the state of Texas, he says that the movie is accurate to what it is like in real life. 2-a-days at 100-degree weather. His next pitch is high and outside. Long knows a thing or two about high school football, arguably the best athlete on this Otters roster. Two and two the count. McQueen out on the mound for the sixth for the Rascals. Long grounds this ball foul down the first base line. In high school, Ryan Long was the quarterback. He played defensive back. He was the kicker, punter. For the basketball team, he was the point guard and shooting guard. And then for the baseball team, he played third base and shortstop. In college, he played third base, shortstop, and his senior year, he played left field for the Texas Tech Red Raiders. The 2-2 ground ball down the first base line, fielded nicely by Achenbach. The throw over to first, tosses it over to Levy in time for out number 1. 4-3 on the putout. It'll bring up Carlos Castro, who is 1 for 2 today. Scored the Otters' only run. There's an error on the shortstop Wietrich as Castro slid safely into third. On the overthrow from Wietrich, he was able to touch home. Castro, the All-Star first baseman, his first delivery is a called strike right around the knees, count at 0-1. Castro hitting .291 on the year. He was 2 for 4 yesterday with a single, double, and a run. His next pitch is high and outside. Count even at 1 with 1 out. Bottom of the sixth, Otters down by a score of 4-1. McQueen kicks and fires the 1-1. This pitch is lifted in the air to shallow right center field. Making the play will be the right fielder, Este. There's 2 away. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the sixth. F9 on the putout will bring up the Staten Island native Rob Calabrese, who's 1 for 2 today. Rob singled back in the second. He grounded out to the pitcher who touched the first base bag himself for out number 4. Travis McQueen has 5.2 innings pitched, 53 strikes, 26 balls. coming into today with a ERA of 4.33, 28 strikeouts, and 35.1 innings pitched. First pitch to Calabrese is outside for a ball. Cal moves to 1-0 to the right-handed batter. Calabrese will step out of the batter's box, collects himself the 1-0. Ground ball, that will be to the third baseman Martinez on a couple of hops, and he makes a nice play over to Levy, the first baseman, for out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Travis McQueen as we head to the top of the 7th. 4-1 Rascals to score. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
Injuries are inevitable. It doesn't matter if you're playing baseball, walking the dog, or falling from a ladder. Injuries happen. When they do, Tri-State Orthopedics offers treatment for sprains, strains, and fractures by medical specialists. Tri-State Orthopedics is located at 225 Cross Lake Drive in Evansville, just north of the Lloyd and I-164. Tri-State Orthopedics can be reached by phone at 812-477-1558. Its urgent care line is 812-474-OUCH. Tri-State Orthopedics, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
The Pizza Brick Road always goes to Tyroni's. I'm in the mood for pizza and I'm ready to go. The Pizza Brick Road goes to Tyroni's. So follow me down the Pizza Brick Road. Road down to Tyroni's. The Pizza Brick Road. The Pizza Brick Road always goes to Tyroni's.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811. Brought to you by Indiana 811.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters Baseball. Dave Nguyen here on the call. The Otters have another wild call to the bullpen. Ashton Raines' day is done. He pitched 4 innings, allowed 7 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. A wild call to the bullpen. WOW is the phone, internet, and cable provider here in Evansville. WOW, the best double play deal in town. Anthony Arias, the only lefty on the staff right now, as Abraham Almonte is recovering from a tricep injury. Almonte was placed on the 14-day DL earlier this week. Almonte, lefty from Danbury, Connecticut, attended Philadelphia University. Arias, the lefty here on the mound for the Otters, from Campbellsville University outside of Florence, Kentucky, was acquired by the Otters late last week. Top of the 7th we go is Martinez, Meadows, and Hearn to the plate. Braxton Martinez has 2 of the 4 RBIs for the River City Rascals. He grounded into a 4-6-3 double play, but that scored the game's first run back in the first inning. He gets a called strike on the outside corner. In the 3rd, he hit a solo home run over the left field wall to give the Rascals at the time a 2-0 lead. 0-1, next pitch from Arias. Good breaking ball there for strike 2. Martinez was hit by a pitch back in the 5th. Swing and a miss. 3 pitches, 3 strikes from Anthony Arias. There's out number 1. Anthony Arias is a very interesting story. From California, he was recruited by Fresno State, and on his visit, he met probably one of the most famous alums in Fresno State baseball history, in Aaron Judge, the right fielder for the New York Yankees. First pitch is a good breaking ball there from Arias to Nolan Meadows, the DH. Meadows is 0 for 3 today with a strikeout, a line drive to J.J. Gould in the third, and then he grounded into a 1-6-3 double play in the fifth. The 0-1 from Arias, the lefty, off speed. That's a ball inside right around the chest of Nolan Meadows, count even at 1. Taking a deep breath, the man from Campbellsville University, the same college as Malcolm Grady, both relievers on the Otters. Called strike right there on another good breaking ball from Anthony Arias. Moves the count to 1-2. So Arias attended Fresno State for his first few years. The 1-2 has a ground ball foul down the first base line. Makes the count at 1-2 with 1 out. Unfortunately, Arias could not finish his career at Fresno State. There were some academic issues. So he's back at home, talking with his family, debating whether to give up on baseball. The 1-2 from Arias. Swing and a miss. Another good breaking ball. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for the man from Campbellsville University. 2 away, 2 up, 2 down, and it'll bring up J.D. Hearn. Hearn is 1 for 2 today. He walked back in the second, had a double in the fifth, and lined out to J.J. Gould at shortstop in the fourth. First pitch to Anthony is a ball inside. Count at 1-0. So then Arias found out about a summer collegiate baseball team. I believe that was in the Midwest. The 1-0. And this pitch is in the dirt for a ball. While playing with this summer collegiate team, they happened to have a spot for him. And during warm-ups, he was taking ground balls off the pitcher's mound. And unfortunately, the 2-0, swing and a miss. Another good breaking ball there from Arias. But when Arias was playing summer collegiate ball, happened to tear a ligament in his knee that sidelined him for the rest of his summer collegiate season. The 2-1. Check swing. Goes around, says field umpire Andy Dundones. Count at 2-2. So while Anthony Arias was playing summer college ball, he tears a ligament in his knee and needed to find a university to play at for the rest of his college career. Swing and a miss from Arias, and that's strike number 3. 3 straight strikeouts from Arias. He eventually attended Campbellsville University and now is making the most of his opportunity here in Evansville. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th as it's stretch time here in Bosse Field. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
Will feature some of the best blues acts in our area. There'll be barbecue, food trucks, and a beer garden. General admission at the gate will provide ongoing support for blues music in the tri-state. 12 years and younger will get in free. For more information, check out the 91.5 FM WUEV Facebook page or visit EvansvilleBlues.com.
I want to rock and roll to some more runs. Risatello to the plate. He'll make a line drive. That's a base hit over the shortstop, Wheatrick, for another single for Risatello. He's 2 for 3 on the day. The Paisan starts off this inning with a single as we're in the bottom of the 7th. Meggs to the plate. Mom is in attendance. He's 0 for 2 today. He grounded out into a 6-6-3 double play in the second, and then a 5-3 ground out in the fourth. Mound visit for the Rascals as McQueen coming on for the 7th. There is some action in the bullpen of the River City Rascals. Meggs is hitting .240 on the year. He was 2 for 4 yesterday, had 2 hard hit singles in yesterday's 8-1 loss. Meg's playing left field today, played left field yesterday, can play right field as well as center field. Today, as Hunter Cullen is attending a wedding in Wisconsin, Keith Griesaber playing center field for the first time this year. Throw over to first is not in time. Riz gets back there safely. Rizzatello stands at 5'9". Meggs to the plate. Throw over to first. And maybe McQueen is just stalling some time before the reliever in the pen is ready to relieve him. Can't tell what number is throwing down there, but we'll get you that information momentarily. Meggs, the left-handed batter, stands in the box. The first pitch to him is a called strike. Good breaking ball there from Travis McQueen. He's thrown 6 innings, 57 strikes, 27 balls. Came into today's game with a 4.33 ERA in his 9th appearance this season. 0-1 the count to Meggs. This pitch is in the dirt for a ball. Good block there by the catcher Morisano. And just made a PA announcement moments ago. Happy birthday to Keith Griesaber. 1-1 outside. Good breaking ball there from McQueen for strike 2. Meggs will step out of the batter's box and take a few swings. Justin Irby on deck. Irby's 1 for 2 today with a single. The 1-2 pitch to Meggs will be flaring over the third baseman Martinez. Goes all the way near the wall in left field. Advancing to second is Meggs with a double. Going to third is Mike Rizzatello. Runners on second and third for the Otters. No outs. Meggs 1 for 3 today. And we know most definitely his mother is happy with that at-bat. Justin Irby to the plate. No outs. 2 runners in scoring position. And it looks like manager Steve Brook for the Rascals has seen enough. This will be a call to the bullpen for the Rascals. When we come back, there will be a pitching change. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on the Otters Digital Network and 91.5 WUEV.
Why Old National Bank? Old National Bank began in 1834 with just one room and a passion for helping people prosper. Today, we are honored and grateful to be the financial partner for so many businesses, families, and individuals like you. From our commitment to safety and security to our promise of service that will exceed your expectations, we want to be your bank for life. Old National Bank, member FDIC.
This summer, the Frontier League heads to the Big Apple as its brightest stars battle the Can-Am League's finest in the historic first-ever Frontier League Can-Am League All-Star Celebration. It's July 9th and 10th in beautiful Rockland County, nestled in New York City's suburbs. Slide to rocklandboulders.com for tickets and lodging information to see the best baseball stars shine in New York. Again, visit rocklandboulders.com and show support for your team in the Frontier League Can-Am League All-Star Game.
Hi, this is Zane Clodfelter of the Evansville Otters, and you're listening to WUEV Sports on 91.5 FM.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters Baseball. There's a pitching change for the River City Rascals. Their starter, McQueen, exits the game. He threw 6 innings, allowed 1 run on 8 hits, but he is responsible for the runners on second and third. Rizzatello led off with a single. He's now at third. Meggs doubled moments ago. To the plate now will be Justin Irby. On the mound for the Rascals will be Chad Gendron, making his first appearance in this series. Gendron played for the Rascals last year. He is a native of St. Louis, Missouri. And I want to welcome on a special guest, the assistant GM of the Evansville Otters, and a wonderful employee here in Evansville, Miss Elspeth Urbina. Elspeth, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me, David.
Well, we know you are a sports fan, as you are involved with the team and all of its daily runnings and whatever the case may be. Running the promotions is one of your big responsibilities, as it is Prince and Princess Night as Justin Irby steps to the plate. Now, I'll wait for you. I'll give you a couple seconds to answer this question, but I know you spent a lot of work in putting together tonight. It is one of your favorite promotions.
That's right. Yes, we sure did. Me and my marketing team, we spent a lot of time in the past few months putting this together and reaching out to the community to get them here, and it's a great night.
Irby takes a strike around the letters, count at 0-1. Runners on second and third, Otters down 4-1, but with one swing of the bat that can change things. 0-1 pitch is flared foul behind home plate. Count moves to 0-2 to Justin Irby. Irby, the native of Virginia Beach, Virginia, he's 1 for 2 today. Singled back in the third, and he had a ground out in the fifth. Runners on second and third for the Otters. Morisano sets up outside the catcher, and that pitch is away for a ball. Now, you did wear a tiara, as you're wearing one right now, and a handful of the employees, including the Otter Belzar. How much preparation did it take for you to put into a night like this?
A night like this is actually something I start working on in the off season because it does take a lot of work. There are a lot of small aspects that build up to be one big event. So
the 1-2 to Irby's in the dirt. Count moves even at 2.
my favorite part that we came up with this year was putting the glitter on the warning track for our Princess Parade.
So I called it, I said it wasn't pixie dust, but I called it a white substance. It wasn't the best description, but glitter.
Glitter, yep, and it's so cute. It tracked through the stadium, and now the entire stadium's got glitter all over it.
Now, can you answer this question for me? In the beginning of the game, I thought there was a pink tint on the first and third base bags. Was that just my eyes playing tricks on me?
Nope, you would be correct. We asked our grounds crew to paint the bases pink for us tonight, and they did it. They did a nice job.
So I was right. 3-2 the count to Irby. Big pitch right here. Here it is. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout to Justin Irby, and out number one. Runners still at second and third. Rizzatello singled. He's now at third. He got moved over there from Jack Meggs, who doubled. J.J. Gould to the plate. He singled his last time up, back in the fifth. J.J. is 1 for 2 today. He struck out back in the third. Now, I think it is safe to say that you and I are a fan of Disney movies.
Correct.
I don't think you have one particular favorite, but do you have a top 5?
Ooh, top 5, I would say.
You can include Pixar as well.
Okay, that's tough. I would say Toy Story, Aladdin.
Okay.
Little Mermaid, Lion King.
Ooh.
And
that's a good one.
Ooh, this is tough.
Big fan of James Earl Jones, right?
I do like him.
The voice of Mufasa.
Pocahontas, that would be 5.
Okay. Interesting. 1-0 the count to J.J. Gould. He had a ball upstairs. The next pitch almost hits him again. That's inside for a ball. Count moves to 2-0. The new reliever in Gendron enters this series for the first time this weekend. If I had to choose a princess movie, I would probably go with Cinderella.
Okay,
it's not
classic,
my favorite, but if I had to pick one. 2-0 the count to J.J. Gould. Here's the pitch. This is flared foul once more down the first base line. Count moves to 2-1. So growing up, my favorite movies were Toy Story. I did have a Woody doll and a Buzz Lightyear action figure. When I was a youth, I would tell my aunts who were babysitting me at the time to put on Toy. And I was also a big fan of Tarzan.
That's a good one.
I received a leotard and spear for Christmas and would jump around on my couches, sliding, thinking that my couches or tree trucks?
I would definitely dance to the music. I would make up dance routines to all the princess music, and that's kind of what I did.
2-1 upstairs for J.J. Gould around the letters. Count moves to 3-1 with 1 out. Runners on second and third for the Otters. They're down by a score of 4-1, but a single can change everything. Rizzatello on third, he singled to lead off the inning. Meggs at second, he doubled. 3-1 the count to J.J. Here's the pitch. Fly ball, that's foul, down the first base line. Count now full. I'd have to put Lion King up there as well.
Yeah, that's a definitely top 5, probably top 3 for me.
And I did not think that, I did not recognize that Matthew Broderick was the voice of Simba.
Mm-hmm.
Because the newer movie's now out. I believe Chadwick Boseman is the voice of Simba. He's the Chadwick Boseman played Jackie Robinson in 42, and he played Black Panther in the Marvel movies.
Right.
He's one of the up and rising actors. I think Beyonce is the voice of Nala.
I think that's right. Yeah.
But J.J. Gould draws a walk. The bases are loaded with 1 out. And the leadoff batter, and David Cronin, steps to the plate. Dave is 0 for 3 today, but he is definitely due. Yesterday, Cronin reached base 4 in his 5 at-bats. He was 3 for 4 with 2 singles, a double, and then he reached on a fielder's choice. J.J. Gould draws a walk. He's at first. Mike Rizzatello led off this inning with a single. He's at third because Jack Meggs doubled in the next at-bat. Meggs stands at second. Cronin, the Orland Park, Illinois native, to the plate. First pitch to Cronin will be float over the third baseman Martinez. That's a base hit. Rizzatello scores. Touching home is Jack Meggs. A 2-run RBI single for David Cronin. It's a 1-run game. And maybe you should stick around, Elspeth.
I think the crowd is definitely feeling it tonight. This is awesome.
So if I need to look at my stats correctly, Cronin had his 45th hit of the season moments ago, as well as his 13th RBI. To the plate now is the birthday boy, Keith Griesaber. Keith is 0 for 3 tonight, hitting .265 on the year. I can admit to you that I have not seen Frozen. First pitch to Keith. That hits him. Bases are loaded again. And I mentioned that because the walk-up song to Keith was Let It Go. And I have a younger cousin who received what is the princess's name?
Anna and Elsa.
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 Okay, Elsa's the main one, right?
Yes.
Okay. My cousin received an Elsa doll, and it was one of those where you press the button on the back or a button on her hand, it would sing Let It Go.
Mm-hmm.
So she would press it like every time. I know it's cute first couple times, but then
gets old,
after 25 it gets annoying. So Cronin at second. At third now is J.J. Gould. Keith Griesaber just got hit by a pitch. He's at first. To the plate now is the all-star third baseman, Ryan Long, who had the first hit of the game for the Otters. Long leads the league in RBIs with 36. He also has 7 home runs, tied with Carlos Castro. First pitch to Long. Outside for a ball. Count at 1-0, and I'm sure you're familiar with how athletic these baseball players are, right?
I mean, yeah, I've watched them all season so far, so.
So Ryan, I was letting the listeners know, is probably the best athlete on the team. The 1-0, ripped into right field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Rounding third and heading home is Gould. Behind him is Cronin. To third is Griesaber. A 2-run go-ahead RBI for Ryan Long. Otters take the first lead of the game. Elspeth, you might have to stick around for the rest of the broadcast. Cronin scores. Gould scores. To third is Keith Griesaber. RBI number 38 for Ryan Long. Probably a pitching change will remain on the broadcast, as I'm with the assistant GM of the Evansville Otters, Mrs. I should say, Mrs. Elspeth Urbina. You recently celebrated your wedding last year?
Yes, we just celebrated our 1-year wedding anniversary.
Congratulations.
Thank you. My husband's actually here tonight supporting his princess.
As you are wearing
Yes.
a crown right now.
We actually met here. He was our athletic trainer in 2013. And he proposed here at the field, too, so this is a special place for us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it brings back, in a way, many memories. And
Lots of memories.
in a way, I'm sure you're glad to be a part of it in a more established role.
Absolutely. I like the role that I'm in. I love being involved in the community and bringing them some quality entertainment. You know, the different things that we do on the field besides the game itself. Because I love the city of Evansville. I love having them backing our team. I think it's great.
And from being here for now a little over 2.5 months, July will bring the third month I've been here, and the few observations I've made, one has to be the weather. The weather here is very random.
Yes.
I'll give you an example. I went to see Avengers Endgame one Sunday, and when I got to the movie theater, it was very humid, around 85 degrees and sunny. I walked out of the movie theater. It was cloudy, and the temperature dropped to 60 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time I got home, rain started to pour.
Yep, that happens pretty often around here.
But, two, I think the most important thing is I really appreciate how nice the people are here.
I do, too.
Back at home, let's see, I think I can pick up at least a friendly conversation with any stranger in the ballpark. At home, if you say hello to a stranger, well, you may not get the best welcoming, I'll just put it that way. You'll either get a look of who you're talking to or other gestures, I should say.
That's definitely one of my favorite things about Evansville is we hear that a lot from our players that come from out of town, fans in the ballpark, just anybody visiting, how nice the people around here are, and that's why I like to call this home.
And then, all right, can you explain to me, I was talking to Mike Rizzatello earlier. Now, when I order pizza, it's normally triangle. But here, if I were to go to Tironi's, it's all cut up and squares and small triangles, kind of like a cracker-sized slice. I'll let you think on that as there's another call to the bullpen for the River City Rascals. Kyle Fimbres on the mound for the Rascals. He played for Oklahoma Wesleyan College last year. He hails from San Jose, California. So back to Tironi's Pizza and how it is different here in the Midwest as Carlos Castro to the plate, the 8th batter of the inning. Castro, the all-star first baseman. Runners now on the corners for the Otters. Long gave the Otters the go-ahead lead. They now lead 5-4 on the 2-run single from the man from Crandall, Texas. First pitch to Carlos is a strike. Counted 0-1. So, pizza?
Yeah, I don't really know the answer to that.
No, it's okay.
I've noticed more thick crust is cut in triangles and thin crust is cut in squares.
Fimbres fires the 0-1. Ripped up the middle, a base hit. 1 run scores in Keith Griesaber. Holding at second is Ryan Long. And RBI single for Carlos Castro extends the Otters' lead to 6-4. And the Otters have a chance to bat around as the 9th batter to the plate and Rob Calabrese. And I also want to give a shout out to the Iron Man of this baseball team, Mr. Dakota Phillips, who is back home in Texas attending some personal needs. Dakota, hope you're well and can join the team whenever you can. So the plate is Rob Calabrese, the Staten Island native. He is 1 for 3 today, singled back in the second. Rob is batting .291 on the year. One of 3 position players making the All-Star team for the Otters. Gets a called strike on the inside corner. Count moves to 0-1. I think the other thing I like about the town is that the Otters are the team, and they really do care about the Otters.
Yes, definitely.
Ryan Long at second. Castro at first. Calabrese has an 0-1 count. Fimbres checks Long at second. Checks him once more, the 0-1. Be a strike right down the heart of the plate, count at 0-2. Fastball there from Fimbres. There's still one out. A one out coming from Justin Irby, who is the 3rd batter in this inning. Calabrese takes a deep breath, steps back into the batter's box. Right-handed batter from New York. Checking Long at second is Fimbres. He fires the 0-2. Ground ball to Akaba. Second for 1 to first. A 4-6-3 double play. Well, Elspeth, thank you so much for joining me on the broadcast.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
I have to say, you did a fantastic job here for Princess Night.
Thank you so much.
Everyone who showed up. And glitter is on the dirt,
yes.
Not just a white substance.
I like pixie dust. Let's call it that. That's
okay.
Cute.
Elspeth, thank you so much. We'll head to the
David.
top of the 8th. Otters take the lead for the first time in the game by you're leading 6-4. We head to the top of the 8th, and you're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
GD Ritzy's is a proud supporter of Evansville Otters Baseball. GD Ritzy's menu features hamburgers, grilled chicken sandwiches, old-fashioned peanut butter and jelly, and ice cream. With 3 Evansville locations, west at 4810 University Drive, on the north side at 4320 North 1st Avenue, and on the east side at 601 North Green River Road. GD Ritzy's is open from 10 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Sunday through Thursday, and 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. GD Ritzy's, a proud supporter of the Evansville Otters.
Heritage Federal Credit Union has 7 full-service branches in both Evansville and Newburgh, serving more than 38,000 members. Membership is open to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Vanderburgh or Warwick County. Heritage Federal Credit Union offers mortgage and consumer loans, checking and savings accounts, as well as online banking for members. Heritage Federal Credit Union can be reached toll-free by phone at 1-800-858-1693. It can also be found online at hfcu.info.
The Evansville Otters would like to thank the Evansville Courier and Press for their support and coverage of Otters baseball. The Evansville Courier and Press provides news, sports, and weather coverage to the Tri-State, both in a print and online edition. The Evansville Courier and Press can be found online at courierandpress.com, as well as on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. The Evansville Courier and Press, a member of the Journal Media Group.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters Baseball. Dave Nguyen here on the call. Otters batted around, scoring 4 runs in the inning to take their first lead of the game. They were up by a score of 6-4. We're in the top of the 8th. As the Otters scored 5 runs, To the plate will be Zach Levy. Anthony Arias, the pitcher on the mound for the Otters. 5 runs scored. My apologies, not 4. First pitch is high and outside. The next pitch was a ball. Count moves to 2-0 to the first baseman, Levy. Levy is 0 for 3 today with a strikeout. Next pitch is fouled in front of Calabrese, the catcher. Count moves to 2-1. Go-ahead 2-run RBI single from Ryan Long gave the Otters a 5-4 lead. They sent all 9 batters to the plate. The 2-1. That hits Levy. A soft ball that hit the back of Levy from Arias. catcher, Morisano, enters the batter's box. Morisano is 0 for 1 today with a hit by pitch and a walk, as well as a run scored. The catcher coming into this game is hitting .231 on the season with 15 hits and 6 RBIs. Max Peterson, the Otters pitching coach, has seen enough. Anthony Arias exits the game. The Otters will have a pitching change. We head to a commercial break. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on the Otters Digital Network and 91.5 WUEV.
The Hoosier Lottery began selling lottery tickets on October 13, 1989. Since then, the Hoosier Lottery has offered hundreds of different games, awarded prizes to millions of players, and given billions of dollars to the state of Indiana. The Hoosier Lottery's mission is to responsibly provide innovative and entertaining lottery games for the benefit of the citizens of Indiana. To learn more about the Hoosier Lottery, visit them online at HoosierLottery.com. The Hoosier Lottery, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Chapter 16, would like to take time to say, Go Otters! The IBEW Local 16's jurisdiction includes 13 counties in southwestern Indiana, as well as Wabash County in Illinois. Its members are divided into several categories of electrical work, including inside construction, maintenance electric, residential wiring, and sign classifications. More information on IBEW Local 16 can be found online at IBEW16.net.
The Evansville Otters baseball. Dave Nguyen here on the call. Pitching change as Anthony Arias exits the mound. Through a quality inning back in the 7th. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. He hit the first baseman, Zach Levy. There'll be a WOW call to the bullpen. WOW is the phone, internet, and cable provider here in Evansville. WOW, the best double play deal in town. The new pitcher will be Drew Byer, hailing from Sarasota, Florida, played for the Connecticut Tigers in his last stint in baseball. Byer appeared earlier this week in the Schaumburg series. He appeared in Austin Nicely's win on Thursday. Byer on the mound. Right-handed pitcher against a right-handed batter. And Morisano, the catcher. First pitch to Morisano from Byer is a called strike right at the knees. Count at 0-1. No outs, top of the 8th. Byer from the belt takes a deep breath on the mound and fires. Pitches a cold strike inside, right around the belt. Count at 0-2. Otters just acquired Byer earlier this week. Bends over at the waist. From the belt. Fires the 0-2. Good block there by Calabrese as the pitch was low in the dirt. Count moves to 1-2, no outs. Levy was hit by a pitch by Anthony Arias. 1-2 the count to Morisano, who is 0 for 1 tonight with a hit by pitch and a walk. He also has a run scored. This next pitch hits him, so back-to-back hit batters by 2 different Otter pitchers. Going to second is Levy. Going to first is Morisano. Couple Otter pitchers seem to be stretching, including the new converted closer and the all-star reliever for the Otters, and Taylor Wright. Calabrese stands up and makes a sign to the infield. Long and Castro at third and first play on the edge of the infield grass, possibly expecting a bunt. Now Calabrese goes back on the mound to talk things over with the reliever Byer for the Otters. Today on June 29th, 1990, Oakland's Dave Stewart and L.A. Dodger Fernando Valenzuela toss no-hitters on the same day. Stewart's Athletics beat the Blue Jays 5-0, and the great Fernando, his Valenzuela's Dodgers, beat the Cardinals 6-0. Byer's first pitch to Wietrich. It's a soft liner to the pitcher's mound. He catches it for out number one. Good play there by the right-handed pitcher. There's one away, and now the double play is still in effect, but a double play can end the inning. Top of the order we go. Penner to the plate. He's 2 for 3 today. A walk or run scored. Has an RBI single in the 4th and a single in the 6th. So 2 no-hitters were thrown today by the Athletics pitcher Dave Stewart and the great Fernando Valenzuela. Called strike on the outside corner from Penner to the batter Penner. From Byer, the pitcher, to the batter Penner. 1 out, runners on first and second for the Rascals. Double play can end the inning. Otters need a ground ball. Breaking ball in the dirt, count even at 1. The last time 2 no-hitters happened in Major League Baseball was back in 1917 when Hippo Vaughn and Fred Toney did it. It would be the biggest and highest from an otherwise disappointing year for Fernando Valenzuela. The 1-1 from Byer. Ground ball over to Gould to second for 1. To first. 4, 6, 4, 3. Double play. Gets the Otters out of the jam. They go to the 8th with the lead. 6-4 Otters the score. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on the Otters Digital Network and 91.5 WUEV.
This Evansville Otters broadcast is made possible through support from New Image Travel. New Image Travel provides motor coach charter service to the United States and Canada with pickup within a 150-mile radius of Evansville. A full list of New Image Travel's offerings can be found online at newimagecharter.com. New Image Travel can be reached toll-free at 1-800-432-6213. New Image Travel, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
The tri-state area Marathon service stations are proud supporters of the Evansville Otters. Marathon has over 5,100 Marathon-branded stations nationwide, and a full list of area Marathon stations and a list of daily gas prices are available online at mymarathonstation.com. Marathon provides products which support commercial, industrial, and retail operations. Marathon's slogan is Fueling the American Spirit.
The Tin Fish Restaurant is located at 707 State Street in Newburgh, Indiana. Independently owned and operated, the Tin Fish menu featured salads and sandwiches, as well as seafood platters and combos, and seafood burritos, tacos, and burgers. The Tin Fish Restaurant is open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. They can be reached by phone at 812-490-7000. Visit them online at tinfishnewburgh.com. The Tin Fish Restaurant, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters Baseball. Dave Nguyen here on the call. New pitcher for the River City Rascals as they are down by a score of 6-4. Otters took the lead when they sent 9 men to the plate in the 7th inning. Andrew Vernon to the mound for the Rascals, right-hander at 6'4". Last played in the Brewers organization in Single A. He hails from Durham, North Carolina, home of the Durham Bulls, but probably more importantly, Duke University. To the plate will be Mike Rizzatello, followed by Jack Meggs and Justin Irby, who started the rally for the Otters back in the 7th. Riz the Paisan is 2 for 2 today with a walk, 2 singles and a run scored. Man who hails from Long Island, New York, Ron Kankama, Had an hour-long conversation with Riz before batting practice today. He'll be my next guest on the next Otters podcast. First pitch to Riz is a called strike on the outside corner. Counted 0-1. Vernon fires the 0-1 and a foul ball behind the plate. Moves the count to 0-2 to Mike Rizzatello. Riz batting .271 on the year heading into this game. 16 hits, 3 doubles, and an RBI. He now has 18 hits after tonight. Could be 19. He'll foul this one late. Count remains at 0-2. Riz has a great story to tell, and I recommend when the podcast is released that you listen in, because he almost gave up on baseball. The 0-2 will be floated in the air to right field. Going back is Este. Makes the catch for out number 1. It'll bring up Jack Meggs. Batting .240 on the year. Mom is in attendance. He's 1 for 3 today with a double and a run scored. Back in the 7th. Meggs from Sammamish, Washington, outside of Seattle. Left-handed batter steps into the batter's box. First pitch, right up the middle, off the pitcher's mound, a base hit. Jack Meggs' second hit of the day. He's 2 for 5, or 4. 2 for 4 today for Meggs. Irby to the plate. He's 1 for 3. Singled back in the 3rd. He had a ground out in the 5th and a strikeout in the 7th. First pitch to Irby is a ball. Count at 1-0 with 1 out. Vernon checks Meggs at first base. Righty on righty matchup. This pitch over the head of Irby as he had to duck. Count at 2-0. Irby played for the West Side Woolly Mammoths last year in the USPBL in the state of Michigan. Throw over to first. Meggs gets back there in time, and Meggs is a threat as he has 12 stolen bases on the year. Two 2-0 the count, 1 out to Irby, the man from Virginia Beach, Virginia. 2-0, inside for a ball. Vernon has yet to throw a strike in this at-bat. On deck is J.J. Gould, who worked a walk to force the bases loaded back in the 7th. 3-0, and that's a called strike. Nothing wrong with taking a strike in a 3-0 count. Irby takes a deep breath and steps back into the batter's box. Righty-righty matchup. Vernon from the belt fires the 3-1. Meggs goes, and that will be a ball. Irby works a walk. Runners now on first and second for the Otters. They lead by a score of 6-4. J.J. Gould to the plate. J.J. is 1 for 2 today. He worked an important walk because it forced the bases loaded back in the 7th inning. Gould will lift this in the air. Foul territory on the first base side. Caught by Levy for out number 2. To the top of the order we go. David Cronin singled his last time up. 2-run RBI single for David Cronin. He scored his buddy Jack Meggs and Mike Rizzatello. The former UIC Flame to the plate. The first pitch. In the dirt for a ball. Kid who grew up a Cubs fan in White Sox territory in the south side of Chicago. Also a big fan of Giordano's deep dish pepperoni pizza. Sounds really good right about now. The 1-0. Slapped hit. That'll drop for a base hit. Rounding third and scoring is Jack Meggs. And he's out. Meggs disgusted with the call. McCauley disgusted with the call. Good tag there by Morisano, so the runner does not score. Extremely upset is Jack Meggs. McCauley having a few words for the home plate umpire, Phil Kundle. And he's not going to let it go. The Otters skipper furious as a good throw there by Penner and left field. The tag by Morisano does not give the Otters an extra insurance run. It is 6-4 the score as we head to the top of the ninth. Time for Taylor Wright, the Otters closer. We'll come back. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on the Otters Digital Network and 91.5 WUEV.
Since 1994, Slays Restoration has been assisting tri-state residents clean up and restore their properties after disasters of all kinds. Located at 2121 Cotter Avenue in Evansville, Slays Restoration offers assistance for water and smoke damage, mold and biohazard mitigation, complete reconstruction, and much more. Slays Restoration can be reached toll-free 24 hours a day at 1-888-776-8555. It can also be found online at slaysrestoration.com.
The local Pepsi Bottling Group features Pepsi Company products for distribution to retailers and vendors in the tri-state and would like to wish the Evansville Otters the best of luck in today's contest. The Pepsi Bottling Group has locations at 2605 West Marion Street in Marion, Illinois, 3081 Contronics Drive in Owensboro, Kentucky, and 11733 West Industrial Park Drive in Elberfeld, Indiana. Information on Pepsi products can be found online at PepsiCo.com. Pepsi, a proud supporter of the Evansville Otters.
The Evansville Otters would like to thank Sinorama Evansville for their support this season. Sinorama Evansville is a multi-application supplier of custom-made signs, banners, and decals in the tri-state. Located at 1300 North Royal Avenue in Evansville, Sinorama is open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. They can be reached by phone at 812-477-7763 and can be found online at sinorama.com/in-Evansville. Sinorama Evansville, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters Baseball. Dave Nguyen here on the call. Otters at one point were down 4-1, but heading into the bottom of the seventh, they scored 5 runs, batting around, and now have a 6-4 lead. The go-ahead 2-run RBI single by Ryan Long gave the Otters their first lead of the game at 5-4. Carlos Castro then singled, scoring Keith Griesaber, the birthday boy, extending the Otters' lead to 6-4. On the mound will be the Otters' all-star reliever and the 4th all-star on this team, the newly converted closer, Taylor Wright, hailing from Berwyn, Pennsylvania, and attended Episcopal Academy outside of Philadelphia. He was our guest on our pregame interview today. Has learned quite a bit from the Otters pitching staff, including from his good friend Danny Urbeck, who is now in the New York Mets organization. Wright will face the heart of this Rascals order. Batters 2, 3, and 4 are the 3 all-stars for the Rascals, starting with second baseman Trevor Achenbach. Achenbach is 2 for 3 today with 2 singles, a walk, as well as an RBI. First pitch from right, off speed. That's a ball upstairs. Wright has pitched very well this year. 30 strikeouts. The 1-0 from Wright. Fastball upstairs, letter high. Count moves to 2-0. The one thing I like about Wright is he brings a good attitude to the ballpark every time he steps on the mound. The 2-0. Called strike on the inside corner. That strike was belt high. Fastball from Taylor Wright. Count moves to 2-1. Wright, a big superhero fan. Recently watching the Dark Knight trilogy on Netflix. The 2-1. Inside for ball 3. And just want to reiterate the attendance tonight on Prince and Princess Night. 3,212. A successful Saturday night here at Bosse Field. Ball 4 to Trevor Achenbach. And a tying run at the plate in Cameron Este. The second walk to Achenbach today. His first walk came back in the first. Cameron Este, the all-star right fielder, to the plate. He is 0 for 3 with a walk. Grounded out to Carlos Castro at first in the third. Flew out to Jack Meggs in left in the fourth. And a line out to David Cronin in the sixth. First pitch, fastball strike from Taylor Wright. Count at 0-1 to Este. Este batting .268 on the year. He was 0 for 4 yesterday. With an open stance, Este closes, and the next pitch from Wright is a ball upstairs. Count even at 1 to Cameron Este. Wright attended Brown University with a finance degree. The 1-1. Chopper foul in front of the Otters dugout. Moves the count to 1-2. Had a pleasure to meet Taylor Wright's mom earlier this week. She hails from Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Attended Bishop Eustace High School. 1-2 the count to Cameron Este. The 1-2 from Wright. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball for strike number 1. That fooled Este, and there's one away here in the 9th. Braxton Martinez, the third All-Star for the Rascals. The third baseman is responsible for 2 of the 4 runs for River City today. He had the RBI double play ground out in the first and a solo home run in the third. Este is 1 for 3 today. He struck out last time up in the 7th. First pitch from Wright is a fastball in the inside corner. Count at 0-1. 1 out. Achenbach reached with a walk to begin the inning. Wright struck out Este moments ago for out number 1. 0-1 the count to Braxton Martinez. Wright from the belt. Fires the 0-1. Fastball right down the heart of the plate for strike 2. Martinez was 2 for 3 yesterday. He's hitting .289 on the year. Right from the belt, the 0-2. He'll be fouled behind the plate. Oh, 0-2 the count after the foul ball. 3,000 plus here at Bossy Field. Superfan Nick Drake cheering for his Otters, as well as everyone else in the ballpark. This next pitch is low for a ball. Count moves to 1-2. Wright waits for the sign from his all-star catcher, Calabrese. Sets up outside the pitch. And that'll be a ball away. Good breaking ball there from Wright. Martinez doesn't bite. Evens the count at 2. Achenbad first, he walked. The 2-2 swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts from Taylor Wright. There's 2 away. And it'll bring up the designated hitter, Nolan Meadows. Meadows is 0 for 4 today with 2 strikeouts. Wright, the man who's a fan of the Dark Knight trilogy. Bruce Wayne in the bullpen. Puts on his mask and cape and enters the 9th inning as Batman. First pitch, ground ball, weak to Gould. Throws over to first, and the Otters win Game 2 of this 3-game series and come from behind fashion. Taylor Wright earns his 5th save of the season. Otters win with a 5-run 7th inning, coming back to defeat the River City Rascals by a final score of 6-4. We'll come back with the totals on the Otters postgame show. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on the Otters Digital Network and 91.5 WUEV.
SRG Global, a Guardian company, would like to wish the Evansville Otters the best of luck in today's contest. Founded in 1932, SRG Global is one of the world's largest manufacturers of chrome-plated plastic parts for the automotive, commercial truck, and household appliance industry. Located locally at 601 North Congress Avenue in Evansville, SRG Global can be found online at srgglobal.com. They can also be reached in Evansville by phone at 812-477-6151.
Ryan Keberly and his band Catharsis return to the Tri-State live in concert Tuesday, July 9th, 7:30 p.m. It's another Under the Radar concert series show in Newburgh, and seating is limited. A Jazz Flight favorite, Catharsis with Ryan Keberly, Tuesday, July 9th at 7:30. For more information or tickets, contact Steve Roll on Facebook or visit the 91.5 FM WUEV page.
Injuries are inevitable. It doesn't matter if you're playing baseball, walking the dog, or falling from a ladder. Injuries happen. When they do, Tri-State Orthopedics offers treatment for sprains, strains, and fractures by medical specialists. Tri-State Orthopedics is located at 225 Cross Lake Drive in Evansville, just north of the Lloyd and I-164. Tri-State Orthopedics can be reached by phone at 812-477-1558. Its urgent care line is 812-474-OUCH. Tri-State Orthopedics, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
The 4th Annual Burdette Blues Festival on Saturday, July 6th at the Burdette Park Pavilion will feature some of the best blues acts in our area. There'll be barbecue, food trucks, and a beer garden. General admission at the gate will provide ongoing support for blues music in the Tri-State. 12 years and younger will get in free. For more information, check out the 91.5 FM WUEV Facebook page or visit evansvilleblues.com.
Welcome back to Bossy Field, home of the Evansville Otters, as they win and come from behind fashion against the River City Rascals. Evansville Otters defeat the Rascals by a final score of 6-4. And Bill McCune, if you're listening in, I know you left the broadcast earlier, and I hope you're feeling better, but you called it at one point in the 2nd inning that the Otters were going to win. It took them to the 7th to pull through, but you were right from the get-go. The Rascals jumped out to a 1-0 lead as the starter Jacob Hill in a spot start for the Otters today pitched 2 innings. He allowed 1 run on 5 walks and a strikeout. He walked the first 3 batters he faced. An RBI ground out by Braxton Martinez scored the Rascals' first run. Martinez grounded into a 4-6-3 double play. Nolan Meadows then struck out to end the inning. And then in the second, 3 of the next 4 batters reached base, 2 of them on walks, and a hit by pitch from Hill, and a double play by J.J. Gould got the Otters out of that inning. In the 4th inning, the Rascals scored their next 2 runs on RBI singles from Andrew Penner and Trevor Achenbach, with Ashton Raines, the Otters reliever, in the game. Otters scored in the bottom of the 4th when Carlos Castro touched home. There was a ground ball by Mike Rizzatello. An error by the shortstop, Wheatrich, overthrew third baseman Martinez and allowed Castro to touch home. That put the Otters' first run on the board. So the score remained 4-1 until the 7th. Mike Rizzatello led off the 7th with a single. Jack Meggs moved him over to third with a double. Irby strikes out for out number 1. J.J. Gould works a walk. Bases loaded for David Cronin. Cronin rips a 2-run RBI single. And that scored Rizzatello and Meggs to make the score 4-3. Keith Griesaber was hit by a pitch. Ryan Long to the plate, the all-star third baseman and the Otters' best hitter on the team, drove in the go-ahead RBIs, scoring J.J. Gould and David Cronin to give the Otters their first lead of the game at 5-4. Carlos Castro then came to the plate and singled, scoring Keith Griesaber, the birthday boy, from third base. Rob Calabrese grounded into a 4-6-3 double play to end the inning, but the Otters batted around, scoring 5 runs, and that was ultimately the difference maker. Byer came in the 8th, pitched a shutout inning, and Taylor Wright, the Otters' all-star reliever, earned his 5th save of the year after walking Trevor Achenbach. 2 strikeouts gave him strikeouts number 31 and 32 on the year. He had Nolan Meadows ground out to J.J. Gould to end the inning. Otters win and come from behind fashion, and one of the more impressive wins of the entire season. And how appropriate is it that the Otters come back on fireworks night? They did that a couple weeks ago on the Otters' 25th anniversary celebration, where they were down but they were never counted out, as they came back to win 7-6 on the 25th anniversary celebration night, as well as it was fireworks night here at the ballpark. Before we leave, we're going to check the scores around the Frontier League, as there are some important games that the Otters need to take note of. Most importantly, the Florence Freedom, as they are in the first place in the entire Frontier League, particularly in the Frontier League West Division. They have win number 30 on the year as they defeat the Schaumburg Boomers by a score of 5-2. The Lake Erie Crushers fall to the Windy City Thunderbolts in Crestwood, Illinois by a score of 2-1. And the top of the 8th, it is 6-4 in Sauget, Illinois, as the Gateway Grizzlies are defeating the Southern Illinois Miners 6-4. And a final in Washington, Pennsylvania, as the Wild Things defeat the Joliet Slammers by a score of 3-0. As fireworks continue to display here at Bosse Field, it was a great night of baseball. The Otters win and come from behind fashion, scoring 5 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning to win the game by a final score of 6-4. Join us tomorrow for the rubber match of this 3-game set between the Evansville Otters and the River City Rascals. For my partner, Mr. Bill McCune, and my radio engineer, Mr. Paul Mattingly, I'm Dave Nguyen, signing off.